We all know it. That moment when France were reduced to 10 men in the 2006 final. But Zinedine Zidane's World Cup story was so much more than those antics in Berlin. Despite a meteoric rise to prominence in the early 90s, Zidane wouldn't really start his World Cup career until 1998. See, France didn't even qualify for 94, so they had some making up to do on home soil. Ahead of the tournament, Zidane was flying. Back-to-back Serie A titles and Champions League finals with Juventus, but things didn't exactly go to plan. In France's second group game, he was shown one of these. I mean, we were so busy getting angry at Bex for his red, we didn't even realise Zidane was getting properly dug out in France for the 12 days before. The French public demanded he be kicked out of the squad and sent home, but manager Aimé Jacquet held firm and brought him back 2 games later. After his return, he'd start every game until the final, where he was quite simply brilliant. He scored not once, but twice, and this was the moment he'd been waiting for. There was national jubilation, and all was forgiven. He was even rewarded with a Ballon d'Or to cap off a near-perfect year. France won the Euros 2 years later, and so were red-hot favourites at the 2002 World Cup. But the table will tell you things did not go to plan. Now, come 2006, France, now captained by Zidane, are one of the favourites again, but they made hard work of it. They won just 1 game and finished second in their group, which meant they had to beat Spain, Brazil and Portugal en route to the final. Then, the moment we all remember. Zinedine, just leave it. Walk away. Zinedine, no! And that meant he became only the second player in history to be sent off twice in World Cups. France lost, but he still won the Golden Ball. As you can see, he was thrilled. Or furious. Zidane never played again, but across 3 tournaments his story had everything. Disgrace, glory, infamy. We don't like our heroes clean anyway, do we?
Good morning to you. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check it out online now. My name's Shebahn Aherne. Good to be with you this Monday morning. Oh, you England fans are too happy for my liking. Good morning, Gabby. Agbonlahor.
Honestly, I've never seen so many wires that go under your seat. How are you, Shebahn?
Get yourself sorted.
I'm sorted. Tuck myself in. Away you go.
Yeah, there you go, Henry.
Away you go.
Up the road.
Oh, what a morning, by the way. How excited is everyone to be English, Shebahn?
You are. And do you know what? I'm here for it. I'm all here for it.
Well, you should. So you should be.
I'm happy for you.
Your kids must be so excited as well. Are they staying up? Extra time on Wednesday? They're staying up?
Hell no.
Pardon?
The amount of parents at school the other day were like, you going to keep the kids up for the game? I was like, no. Hell no.
Shebahn.
Bed, 10 o'clock.
Come on.
No.
You're English kids, born and bred in England. they need to enjoy the country, Shebahn.
No.
You're not allowed?
I wouldn't do that to you.
You wouldn't upset the kids, that's what it is. They're going to see that one day when they're older.
Mum, why would you do such
Why would you do that, Mum? I love England.
The kids are all so nice now, aren't they? They don't get banter.
Yeah, to be fair, Charlie Adams the same. When he come in, he was talking about it. Obviously, his kid's born in England as well. And he has to be like, okay, enjoy. But if they lose, then you're laughing.
I know.
No, but it's honestly a fantastic game. We weren't at our best. But who cares, Shebahn? We're through to the semi-final. I'm not going to sit here and moan about what we did good, what we did wrong. One player stood out, Jude Bellingham, and we need to praise him all show because he is an elite player.
He's unbelievable. I mean, sitting watching it the other night, you're still thinking to yourself, why? I mean, I'm sure here on talkSPORT we started this whole Morgan Rogers or Jude Bellingham debate nonsense.
But it's
absolute trash.
Do you know what I would say on that, though, is that I think that debate was there because Bellingham had an injury hit season.
Was it you?
No, but he didn't know. But he had an injury hit season and hadn't played much to the end of the season. So Morgan Rogers, who had a fantastic season, finished strong with Aston Villa. I think the comparisons and debate was fine. If Bellingham had a fantastic season with Real Madrid, it would be no debate because we know what he can do. So, and I also says, it doesn't matter who starts. They're both top quality players. And whoever starts the first game might not finish the tournament. But Bellingham has showed that even though he's had an injury hit season, he's at his best. Yeah. And he thrives in England shirt. He's amazing.
He's outstanding. He's different levels, that is absolutely for sure. It was a brilliant night. Congratulations, England fans. And England into the semi-final to take on Argentina this Wednesday, live on talkSPORT at 8 p.m. It was a dramatic extra time 2-1 victory over Norway in Miami, all thanks to the brilliant brace from Jude Bellingham, a man who is making the headlines on and off the field.
Whatever. Bellingham taking it on. Bellingham! Yes! 1-1!
The manager's actually not very happy. He said he was disappointed with the performance.
Whatever. England lead! It is Jude Bellingham again!
We got lucky in these moments and we created quite some problems for ourselves.
Because this is not United States or whatever!
Whatever.
Well, he wants to be the next James Bond. And this is my United States or whatever! He's taken a sad song and made it a whole lot better!
Whatever.
Love it. Gabby's man of the moment, Jude Bellingham, bagged a 6th of the tournament, equaling skipper Harry Kane's record. And get this, the Real Madrid superstar is the first player since Diego Maradona in 1986 to score back-to-back braces in the World Cup knockout stages. Has there ever been a more important player now than Jude? Okay, Harry Kane. I'd put him in that bracket.
Yeah, Harry Kane. But I think Jude Bellingham has overtaken Harry Kane in importance because if you look at performances in this World Cup, you can say Jude Bellingham has turned up every game. I thought Harry Kane was poor on the weekend, but I don't want to judge the players too much at the moment, Shebahn, because I played in England under 21 tournament where trying to play every 3-4 days, your legs going again, the conditions they're playing in. Do you know what I mean? To play extra time against Norway and now to go and play against a horrible, aggressive, physical Argentina side, you can't look at that game and think that everyone's going to be at it, everyone's going to be fresh. They're going to be so tired, their legs, muscles are going to be tired. So I don't want to judge the players too much on their performances. But Bellingham, I'll say this all through the show, Shebahn, bravery isn't just throwing your head in front of a ball. Bravery isn't playing on with an injury. You know what bravery is in football? Is when everyone else is maybe not looking for the ball, it's not going well, you're 1-0 down to Norway, they should have scored 2 or 3. Give me the ball. I'm going to make something happen. That's bravery. That's what you see from Messi. That's what you see from Mbappe. When it's not going well for your country, give me the ball. That first goal, first touch, weaker foot into the corner. Like, that's bravery for me. His performances in this World Cup and saying to himself, I'm the clutch player. I'm going to drag my team through it. And when you've got a player like him, there's no reason we can't win a World Cup.
Yeah. Listen, no doubt he's your man, Gabby. No doubt about it. But let's talk about this war of words then.
Yeah.
Between Jude Bellingham and Thomas Tuchel then after the game. Tuchel slaughtered the display. By the way, I agree with Tuchel. I don't think it was a great game.
No.
I don't think it was the best performance. He says the players got lucky, were sloppy, lacked tempo. And then Jude came back at him saying, yeah, well, whatever, in an interview shortly after that. Yeah. Before reminding his boss he doesn't know what it's like to play in the heat against the likes of Haaland, Odegaard and company. I'd mentioned this, by the way, on Friday with Sean Dyche. Miami was stifling, so I can't imagine what it's like playing in those conditions. And it was hotter again.
I found it tough when I used to go on holiday, sitting by the beach. Never mind running in it. So to play 120 minutes, what they've been through, incredible.
Jude's right, I'd say about that. You know, he doesn't know what it's like maybe to play in those conditions on that night. Former Premier League boss Alan Pardew is weighed in on this drama and reckons everyone needs to calm down.
A beef between a player, even a great player, and a manager is not a bad thing. It's not, you know, don't
means
think
they're winners.
Yeah, don't think that it all, even when you win, it's all happy. It's not. Like, I've been in winning dressing rooms where a top player has had a real go at another player over an instant where he could have passed, we could have got another goal, for example, or we nearly conceded at the end where might have lost the game. So you're going to get beefs. And that's good. It builds relationship, because it's a bit like a relationship you have with your wife or your girlfriend. You have a beef, but the best bit is the making up bit, isn't it?
Of course.
That's the bit that then now you're even more together. So Jude and Thomas will probably come out of this stronger.
Alan, ooh. The best part's when you make up, Alan, is it? A bit early for that, Mr. Pardew. Don't know where to go from there.
Okay. I get what he's talking about.
Yes.
Fair analogy. There's clearly a beef between the two of them, and that I think that all comes back to Tuchel's interview with Adrian Durham and Piercy all that time ago, when he said his mum watches him. It can be repulsive. Watching Jude at times. I mean, that would really hurt, I think, anyone to hear your manager saying that.
The thing as well, Shebahn, seeing it, I was quite annoyed with Gabriel Clark with the first question when Jude said whatever to the question about what Thomas Tuchel says. Why do you have to answer that question? I know in the media we look for headlines and stuff, but after a game like that, incredible performance from Bellingham, you got through to a semi-final, the first question should be, how exhausting was that? You look shattered. What a shift. How proud are you about the mentality of these players? Even his interview with Thomas Tuchel after the game, and he said mentality, and Thomas Tuchel was like, mentality? What are you talking about? It's like some of the questions were very strange in his interviews. Let's be happy that we were through to a semi-final. To talk about performance after a game shouldn't matter when you're through. Argentina stayed up and watched the game. Really poor performance. Do you think the Argentina media after the game would say, listen, Scaloni, listen, it's not good enough performance, was it? Like, what do you think? No, you're through. We analyse the performance maybe a couple of days later. Today, for instance, we'll say, okay, this is where we need to be careful against Argentina. This is what we've done wrong. But after a game, positivity, and you throw that negative comment about what a manager says, but you haven't told Bellingham everything positive that the manager said.
Sorry, just being on the other side of that, right?
Yeah.
So you're a player, you've come off the pitch and maybe had negativity after a win, but that is his job.
Yeah.
That's him. That's the guy, the fella doing his job, Adrian Clark.
Well, is that a problem in the media then?
But it's not. It's just your manager's just said this. What do you make about that, Jude?
Yeah, but I still think like that might be his job, but then like when people moan, and there's been a lot of moaning on social media by a lot of the public, we've just got through to a semi-final. We should be positive, and people are creating a beef between our best player and the manager.
Tuchel created the beef.
No,
he put it out there
but
first.
Tuchel's not called out any player. He said what he thought about the game, which was honest. No problem. I totally agree with what he says. We can be a lot better. But when a player finishes a game, he's exhausted. He's done 110 minutes in that heat. He's shattered. He's carried his team through. He scored 2 goals. The last thing he wants to hear for the first question is, the manager said that's not good enough. Why do you say, like, okay, Jude Bellingham, what was that feeling like? Look at the fans behind you. How positive? Why can't we be positive in the media?
Because you can see that. You can quite clearly see there's a lot of positivity around you, Gabby.
What do you mean? Yeah, but that's the first question you want to ask you, man. You don't want to be asked a negative question when you're
trying
shattered.
to win the World Cup.
Exactly.
Not just get to a semi-final.
No one said you're not
you've got through the quarterfinals. It wasn't your best performance. Yeah. It's nothing to get really overly excited about. I think it is. I think it
100% is, because this World Cup, France are the only team that have been outstanding. Argentina, like I said, we've got through every round being poor. Then after the game, being in their media, we got to do. That's a conversation for another day. I just think we look for problems. There shouldn't be any problem, shouldn't be any big talk today about, there's beef, they don't get on. When I watch him on the pitch, it looks like he's listening to his manager. I don't see a beef there. I just see a player that maybe, when he thinks about it and talks to the manager afterwards in private, will probably be like, I shouldn't have said that, Gaffer, but you know what I mean? Like, look at the shift everyone's put in, we shattered, and you've said that, it wasn't good enough. That's what he's feeling as a player. His emotions come out. He's an emotional player. Do you know what I mean? He's got that good arrogance in a way. I don't think we should be looking for problems between our manager, who's a very good manager, and our best player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Jude said the right thing in defending everybody as well.
Oh, 100%. But I just don't think that. I know it's in the media, it's a jobs to ask the hard questions, but we're through to a semi-final. Can't the media, for once, just be like, let's ask positive questions because we want to try and win a World Cup. Let's not try and cause a beef between the star player and the manager.
Gone soft.
No, I'm not. I just want to win a World Cup. I don't want us to be negative.
Whatever.
Right, England fans, it's your time to get in touch. Do you agree with Gabby on that? You can give us a call. Is Jude Bellingham already England's greatest ever big game player? What did you make of the post-match comments as well? 03717 223344. Is Gabby right? Should we be focusing on any negativity when you're into a semi-final, a grudge match against Argentina? Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to the back pages this morning, celebrating the brilliance of Jude Bellingham and build up to the biggest game England have played in a long, long time. England, Argentina, live on talkSPORT Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Good morning to you.
Whatever.
Newcastle's summer exodus is set to reach a crisis point. Sean, you'll have heard this news. Sandro Tonali, Anthony Gordon, of course, already out the door. Club captain and fan favourite Bruno Guimaraes has reportedly informed the hierarchy that he wants to join champions Arsenal. With another star player forcing his way out, Darren Bent raised serious concerns about what this loss could mean for Eddie Howe next season.
Yeah, I do feel for Eddie Howe. I really do, because again, if Bruno leaves tonight, he's obviously gone to Tottenham as well. Isaac, they just haven't been able to kind of recruit the players in certainly the quality that they've lost. And you look at what they've bought some of these players for. Isaac, was it 60 million? They're selling for 120. Like tonight, they bought him for a fee. They're selling for more. So clearly, he's improving these players. But at some point, I think if Newcastle do want to go to the next level, they've got. I know it's hard with the PSR and the financial fair play, but if they do want to go to the next level and then stay there, they've got to find a way of holding on to some of these players.
Oh, look at Darren and his floral number. Watching on the smart TV, I like that. Sure. Do you have sympathy for Eddie Howe in this situation? The latest is that Bruno has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, but Newcastle's stance is that he remains not for sale.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's really tough, and the challenge that you have is not just if one of your big players goes at any football club, at any level really. People understand there's a time and a place. When two go, that can make other players a bit itchy and a bit nervy. But then if three go, all of a sudden they go, hang on a minute, who are we bringing in? And I think they're right on that cusp. I don't know their situation at PSR, but I've been through that, obviously, in my time at Everton, so I know how dangerous that can be. But I think losing the players of that quality, I think that's really tough on Eddie, and I think he's done a great job there. So hopefully, I mean, look, you never know on the other side of that. Good people in their recruitment there. They've shown that over the years, so they might have people lined up, don't forget. So these things can twist very quickly when you get a freshness in the camp and a newness. And
get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it.
Can't wait to hear this Wednesday after the game.
I want to say, Gabby, this is
Sunday.
England's most famous song. So the most famous song to come out of England is Hey Jude. And he's possibly your greatest ever big game player.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
They played it at the SI warehouse after the game when I was there. This come on after the game. Everyone's enjoying, everyone's dancing and singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then some of us want to cause a beef and put the player down. Oh, and some people didn't want him there. Oh,
I know.
they want him there. They want him there.
That's mental.
They want him there. But he's celebrating goals. Got into hiding, he has. Deary me. Public apology needed from him. He knows who he is.
Nothing wrong with recognising you were wrong.
No, but this is like probably the worst ever take. I've had bad takes, but this is the worst ever take, probably the last 50 years by this guy.
Who are you talking about?
I don't want to say his name. Doesn't deserve to his name to be said. But
what did they say?
The whole country is on him. Journalist who said that Jude Bellingham should stay at home after that interview.
Oh right.
Said Jude Bellingham shouldn't be going to the World Cup. Incredible statement.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
That's a clanger.
Dear Lord.
Morning.
We went out when Scotland went out. Everybody wasn't there.
You're listening to World Cup Breakfast Show here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne. Gabby Agbonlahor is here, and it's all about the brilliance of Jude Bellingham this morning, celebrating his brilliance on the pitch. And what do we make of those comments after the game as well? Bellingham had responded to Tuchel's criticism of the performance, saying maybe he doesn't know what it's like to play in these conditions against players like Haaland, Odegaard and Sorloth, etc. That's not an easy team to play against. We can head to the phone lines now. We can get your thoughts this morning. 03717 223344 is the number if you want to have your say on this subject this morning here on talkSPORT. We've got Graham with us now. Morning, Graham. How are you today?
Good morning,
Happy Monday.
Graham.
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I want to say I agree with Gabby. I really do. I think the interviewer who interviewed Tuchel after the game, when he then spoke to Bellingham, he kind of condensed what Tuchel had said down to like a rage-bait soundbite. And that's what Bellingham responded to. He wasn't really responding to actually what Tuchel had said, because he said a lot more than that. So he didn't get the context. And then Bellingham just sort of said what he said, which I think I would be inclined to say that as well. But it just sums up, it's just so much negativity after games from the media. Tuchel has got to be critical. That's his job as a coach. He's got to then fire them up for the next game, point out absolutely right. But I don't know, I just think sometimes we treat the England team different to any other, like in the Premier League. If a team has an off game but wins, we say, oh, well, that's a sign of a great team. They can win ugly, even when they're not playing at their best, they get a win. That's because they're a great team. But when it's England, we have to pick on the minutiae of every flaw instead of actually, come on, let's just get behind the team and dig them up.
Yeah. Okay, Graham. Well, thank you so much for your call this morning. We, Graham, completely agree with you there, Gabs, that there should be no negativity mentioned. I just haven't seen a lot of negativity. I thought it was all positive.
No,
apart from one question.
Yeah, no, I think like asking that question, you know what you're going to get. Like I says, when the players come off a pitch, and he's going to be emotional and he's shattered, you're going to get that reaction from that sort of player as well. So I think people were quite annoyed that was the question that was asked.
Yeah.
A positive question.
And Graham might be right in terms of context as well. If it's taken out of context, Jude's going to react a certain way. Time now to look at today's back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Score a quality morning coffee for the day ahead.
With Laura Kirk-Francis. Good morning.
Good morning, Laura Kirk-Francis.
Oh.
It's amazing to see her again. You know what I mean? We spent so much time together working, and she's been fabulous.
How have you found Gabby?
He's been a lot nicer than I thought he would be, unfortunately.
Did you think he wouldn't be nice?
I hear that quite a lot.
Why?
People say, like, oh, you're nicer than what I thought.
Yeah, it is annoying. Yeah.
BFG?
It is, yeah. It's like you put on a little mask, a little talkSPORT mask, and you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I think she's the second Arsenal fan that likes me. Got one friend who's
the other one?
A friend who's
your brother?
Fan. Yeah.
He has to like you.
Go on, Laura. It's all about one man in the back pages today, right?
It is. It's all about one man, who we will come to in a second. There is lots of coverage, of course, of Wimbledon and Yannick Sinner's win yesterday. Some lovely headlines here. My favourite, Jan-tastic in the Mirror. Guardian, winner, Yannick Sinner. The Daily Mail, Sinner takes it all as well. Nice little reference to ABBA there. But yeah, lots of coverage of Sinner's win, particularly in The Sun. Mum's word on Sin win. Yannick Sinner put his mum through an exceptional ringer. Imagine watching your son.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Unbelievable.
Nerves.
And then lots of coverage, of course, of Brendan McCullum being sacked. It has come to an end. The end of Bazball as we know it. So lots of coverage. Baz Bind in The Sun, Daily Mail. The Guardian reports that Brendan McCullum says, I'm gutted. He is, of course, taking charge of England tomorrow in their first of their one-day international. So he's kind of sacked, but we'll see you tomorrow type.
Yeah, strange.
Bit strange. But yeah, lots of Bellingham coverage. Interesting in The Sun, though, Kyle Walker has focused on another individual who put in a really good performance at the weekend, which is also echoed in the Telegraph. John Stones. What do you make of this, Gabby? Sam Wallace says Stones is the greatest centre-back since Bobby Moore.
We are getting carried away.
Are we getting carried away?
Yeah, I feel like.
But you just said we need to be positive.
No, but yeah, there's been positive, but like the centre halves that we've had. I mean, when you talk about Johnson, Rio Ferdinand, Stones is nowhere near.
No.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people would agree on that. Did he have a good game? Yes, he did. But if we're going to go into the negatives, maybe later on today or later on in the week, defensively we looked vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was watching the game and thinking, could we have done with Harry Maguire in there to just come and clear the ball away? Dan Burn back there. And that's where the goal come from, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job on Erling Haaland,
Yes.
who was the main threat. Erling Haaland has also said in The Sun, he's called out his new teammate, Ellie Anderson, and said that the push on him...
Foul.
Yeah, I get pushed,
Foul.
I get pulled the whole way, I think it's weak.
No, it's a foul.
It's a foul?
100% a
Yeah.
foul. Like, you can't push someone over. And you can't say that, like, he's weak. Like, look at the size of you compared to Elliot Anderson.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about the goal is that if Haaland and Anderson just stood still and nothing touched each other, the goal would have scored because the ball didn't go anywhere near them. So Haaland, you've cost your team a goal by pushing Anderson.
When
Foul, 100%.
Ellie Anderson arrives at Man City for his new season, do you think they're going to have a big hug?
Yeah, I think they'll be
Forget
laughing.
about it? They'll be laughing about it?
If I had Elliot Anderson, well, I was him, I would like wind him up when you walk in.
Yeah.
You can't push people, mate. I know you're the main guy here, mate, but like, come on, don't push me.
Yeah.
No, you'd wind him up. It's definitely a foul, though.
Definitely.
You agree, Shebahn?
100%.
You sure?
I do.
You got that grin? You think he went down soft?
At first I
Like
was
an
like,
Englishman.
toughen up, and then
Yeah.
I was like, no, he's
It's
put
a
his
push.
full body weight.
It's definitely a push,
I'd have
yeah.
gone to the next state. No, the guy's an absolute unit, and yeah, it was definitely a foul. Not that I get any sort of saying
I
that
like that,
whatsoever.
Shebahn. Thank you.
Laura, you're back with us very, very soon. Thank you very much. That was all thanks to Costa Express. Coming up, we'll turn our attention to England's opponents on Wednesday. Argentina live for you here on talkSPORT at 8 o'clock, and ask the question, is this the biggest game in international football? We'll do it next. Good morning.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Score a quality morning coffee for the day ahead.
I mean, as recently as 2024, Bruno Touzazol, he told everybody who cared to listen what he wanted to achieve at Newcastle.
Never said that I would like to leave. Since I signed for the club, I always said I want to put my name in the club history, and nothing changed. Nothing changed from me. It is keeping going. I still want to win some trophy for me. When I signed for the club, I said I want to play Champions League, and everyone said that I was crazy. And we got it. Now I wanna be in Champions League again. I wanna win something for the club. I think the fans deserve. We are worked so hard to get it. So this is still my dream.
And then a year later, Simon, they win the Carabao Cup. And Bruno says, this is my second home. We're making history. Someday, when I leave this club, I want the fans to sing my name the way they do Alan Shearer. I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, look, first and foremost, ask yourself the question, why are these players suddenly all deserting the sinking ship? It's not a sinking ship, but it doesn't appear to be a particularly ambitious one. It doesn't appear to have an ownership model that everyone thought was going to change the whole direction of football. Oh my God, we've just sold to a nation state, one of the richest nation states, and look what they're going to do to football. But they haven't done anything. They're going to buy everybody. They're going to buy Ronaldo. They're going to buy Messi. They're going to have this player here, that player, this player, and they haven't. Yeah. They bought a bunch of players that to some extent they've gone and made better. And these players are now doing what every player does, which is go, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid. And that's what Newcastle have found themselves in a position of doing. So ask yourself the question, despite the vilification of a player that 2 years ago said he wanted to stay, nothing lasts forever. He's done his 2 years. He is entitled to leave. How he leaves is the key component part of this. But also, why? Why are Newcastle now a place where people want to leave from?
Yeah.
And that's the problem Eddie Howe's got. That's the problem that Matey Boy that says that to everyone they're going to win the league by 2030.
Yeah.
Those are the challenges that they've got.
Scotland were made to wait over a quarter of a century between their appearances at World Cup finals. So long, many of their fans were unborn or in nappies when they were having that memorable summer across the Channel. Scotland's route to France '98 was relatively straightforward under Craig Brown, finishing second in qualifying Group 4, which back then was enough to go straight through to the finals. talkSPORT's very own Ali McCoist was at the centre of the big pre-tournament scandal, left out of the squad entirely at the age of 35. That off the back of a season in which he'd scored 15 for Rangers. Brown would later describe his decision as a huge regret and would apologise. McCoist said being left at home was one of the biggest disappointments of his career. The tournament itself was an all too familiar tale of struggle for Scotland, defeat by way of an own goal against holders Brazil, a what might have been draw against Norway, and a crushing loss to Morocco would ensure Scotland were home before the postcards. Delimitri's World Cup song Don't Come Home Too Soon ringing in their ears, little did they know they'd not feature at a World Cup for another 28 years.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT World Cup Breakfast here. My name's Shebahn, Aherne. Gabby Agbonlahor, former England striker, is here with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out the website for more details. So the Roy Keane and the Alfie Haaland feud was reignited over the weekend. We can bring in our reporter here from talkSPORT and presenter Matt Scott for more on this.
Good morning.
Tell us.
Yeah, that 30-year feud reignited between Roy Keane and Alfie Haaland. So Haaland's dad was obviously at the game, obviously unhappy with how things played out between Norway and England, whether it's his son being penalised for pushing Elliot Anderson in the box and that goal being ruled out, whether it's the ball hitting the spider cam for England's first. So he's really frustrated, and he takes to X to sarcastically congratulate Bellingham and the referee, claimed Norway were robbed by the French referee Clement Turpin. In response, on his podcast, Roy Keane decides to stick the knife in even further by saying that alcohol could have impacted Alfie Haaland's judgment on proceedings because, quote, he always seems to be drinking alcohol at the matches. He added, if you're having a drink, then you're seeing the game differently. No love lost between them. A quick reminder, Back in 1997, Roy Keane tore his ACL trying to tackle Haaland when he was playing for City. 4 years later, the two clashed again when Keane issued a premeditated sort of knee-high tackle on Haaland. So, yeah, absolute handbag still 30 years later, Gabs.
Yeah, Roy's a bitter guy, though. Like I said before, I had him at Villa. But at least Haaland hasn't walked out of his country at a World Cup.
Oh.
Drop the mic.
Oh.
Where's my water?
Wow. Well, make sure it's not alcohol.
Whatever.
See things a bit differently.
Glass houses.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if grown men need to be behaving like that when they get an opportunity.
Yeah, but I feel like he's going to be like that. Haaland's dad, he's devastated. His son's not scored or whatever, and his country's going home. There's no harm in that.
And we hear that Haaland wasn't at full fitness either. Tony Cascarino, in fact, got a message at half-time saying that he's been ill.
Yeah.
And so obviously we see, don't we, with the parents of or the family members of footballers, they passionately defend their loved ones. But it seems that Roy Keane's just taken the opportunity. He's seen the opportunity to just dig it in.
Yes.
Well, they hate each other, I suppose. At least they're doing it in public and giving us something to talk about or, focus on. I mean, it's an incredible, history that they've got between the pair of them. To see them now under the circumstances of Alfie's son.
I know. It's
the great Erling Haaland and what he's done, and the fact
that Roy stayed for the whole tournament.
Calling out someone drinking at a football game.
Yeah.
A good old Irishman at that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not been not drank his whole life as well. But let's hope he stays for the whole tournament this time.
Right, okay. Well, Max, that's a bit... Okay. Right, so
spicy this morning, Gabby.
It's so early.
Gabby's on.
Summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Summer, mate.
Hey,
sun does to us.
We're all for it.
And I absolutely love Roy Keane. I love that from him. At the same time,
the
it's
comments?
a little bit but I love that he says it. And he just will consistently
He loves the
say
drama,
what he
Roy
wants
Keane,
to
doesn't he?
say.
He loves the drama.
Does not care.
I think it's
will never change for anyone.
It's good to speak
that.
your mind. That's why a bit of players that played under him will speak their mind as well.
Absolutely.
Just be merely other players that won't have anything good to say about him.
You've got to have it both ways, haven't you, Gabs?
Exactly, mate. His managerial career wasn't great.
Max, wow, Jesus, right. Let's everyone rein it in.
Stirring the pot this morning.
What's going on?
It's 20 to 7 on a Monday morning.
Sorry, I thought it was a break.
Mister calling for positivity over there. Max, thank you. We'll see you in a little bit. But there we go. You can let us know your thoughts on that. But let's look ahead to the big one, shall we? England take on Argentina live on talkSPORT this Wednesday, 8 p.m. in partnership with Sure.
High pressure picks on talkSPORT with Sure. Non-stop protection deodorant that won't ever let you down.
2 moments forever indelibly associated with England's World Cup history.
Enrique to Maradona. Different class.
Wait a minute, he's taking another card out for Beckham. It's a red card for David Beckham.
Oh, no. I've got an added layer to it. Coming in the shot, Messi! It is in! It is 2-2! It is Messi!
39 years of age. There's moments of genius.
This is the spirit of World Cup winners. This is the spirit of a team, a nation who are not willing to give their trophy away.
We'll get everything we've got. You saw that there. Whoever was ready to come on, came on, and so proud of this team once again in a World Cup semi-final.
Spilled by the goalkeeper and bundled in. England lead. It is Jude Bellingham again.
They have what it takes to overcome difficult moments.
To meet Argentina in an unforgettable night.
Yeah, it's going to be a classic, isn't it? Don't forget about the hand of God, Beckham's kick out and red card. The redemption in 2002. So much history in this fixture. The storylines have been written. Everyone knows how big this game is going to be. Lionel Messi, who said after the Switzerland win as well, he said facing England will be special. It's my first time playing against England. That's crazy in itself, isn't it? I've played against just about everyone except them. They're a great team, a football powerhouse. It's always exciting to face opponents like that. Gabby, is this the biggest game in international football?
Oh, I think it is, especially World Cup winners Argentina from 2022. And as well, Shebahn, there'll be a lot of the players in that England squad that never played against Messi. You're playing against the god here. And what I've liked about this tournament is, like, a lot of the teams haven't respected him. I was watching the game against Egypt, and they're giving him verbals, and they're kicking him, and they're being aggressive. I feel like, obviously, you don't want to overdo it, but you can't be starstruck of Lionel Messi. I mean, I would.
Would you?
I would, 100%. He's the one person in the world that
Would
I
you
would
be
be
asking
like,
for the shirt at half
lost
time?
for words if I saw him. Lionel Messi is that much of the best player to ever play. So we need to find a way of stopping him. Do you put an Elliot Anderson or Declan Rice on him? I would. But, definitely do not be starstruck at this elite player.
Absolutely. Let's bring in someone who came through the same academy as Lionel Messi, former Newell's Old Boys defender. Matty Fondato is with us now. Good morning to you, Matty.
Good morning, Matty.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, we're
Oh, hello. We meet you.
Thanks
You're
for
the
coming
same now, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not friends anymore, Matty.
Oh, yeah. Matty, did I ever
we're
tell you
still
about my
good friends.
Argentinian family? Argentinian old boyfriend that I've got somewhere in the world. Matty, good to have you with us. How excited are you for this fixture?
Well, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you ask again, please?
How excited are you for this matchup?
Oh, sorry. Very excited because it's a big game. We spoke a couple of days ago hoping that this happened. So it's a big game. It's a huge game, big clash, history. We're all looking forward to that game.
Matty, it's fair to say that both teams haven't played at their best in this tournament. I mean, I watched every Argentinian game. I stayed up to watch the game after England. I don't think they were at their best. A bit of brilliance from Alvarez, finally arriving at the tournament. Gets them 2-1 up and Martinez 3-1. So what do you think about this game, mate? Who do you think are the favourites?
I totally agree with you. I think in terms of football, I can tell you I see England a little bit better than Argentina, but the administration of the emotional frustrations and all these things that happened in the last couple of games, I think we have advantage over the other three teams in the semi-final. Probably in terms of performances, we are number 4, if I'm really honest, because we haven't seen anything near the last World Cup or the solid team that we had for the last years.
But is it difficult, Matty? Matty, is it difficult, though, when you look at the team that the manager's picking? I mean, no wingers. You're looking at McAllister, Fernandez, DePaul and Paredes, there's 4 midfielders in there, and obviously Alvarez and Messi. It can be difficult, can't it? There's no Di Maria, obviously, in this World Cup. You haven't really got a winger on the pitch who can sometimes get the team up the pitch.
Yes, I think with Di Maria we lost that pace, that explosive player could make a difference. But at the same time, I think it has to do with our tradition, with our DNA of football. In terms of positional football, possessions.
Yeah.
It's not in the history of Argentina. We never had big, apart from Di Maria, we never had big wingers. We always had a number 10 to organize the game, good strikers, a lot of team spirit. But in terms of what you say, we actually never had anything like that.
I think as well, when watching Argentina, mate, these guys are at battle, aren't they? You heard Alvarez comments after the game, we're going to fight to win another World Cup for Messi. The emotion after the game against Egypt for Messi in tears. This team are going to make it a proper battle, aren't they? Physical game against England.
Yeah, that's what I said before, and I think that's what I mentioned last week before the game. I said the team spirit is a culture thing. It's we won't give up easily. Even if we are probably not the favorites to win the game or to win the World Cup, because eventually, I mean, all the last games, if you see our opponents, they were not big teams, but I mean, they performed well, but they were not big historical teams. And it happened now again, as I told before, in terms of performances, I'd probably say we are in the list, we are number 4.
Yep.
But at the same time, all this team spirit and this, as Julian said, we're gonna fight till the end for Messi. That's a team spirit that is difficult to play against. It's a strange. Yeah.
Give us your prediction then, Matty.
Well, hopefully we win. What I'm going to say, hopefully we win.
I think as well, when we look at the team of Argentina, I think where we can hurt you is your fullbacks, Tagliafico and Molina. He really likes to change both fullbacks during the game as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what he's been doing. Actually, it was Tagliafico and Medina, and on the other side, it was Molina and... Montiel, exactly. The 4 of them play half of the games, I think, or something like that. So, not sure what was he trying to do with that, but it's working, you know?
Yeah, it is for now. Listen, Matty, we're looking forward to
Can't wait, Matty. We can't wait.
Yeah, no friendships here now between yourself and Gabby. That's for sure, Matty.
Thank you very much.
Ondato, thank you for your time.
I'll meet you when I'm back in England.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Yes, let's go. Let's go for food.
All the best for you. Came through the same youth system as Lionel Messi as well. That was a look ahead with Sure. Non-stop protection deodorant that won't ever let you down. Coming up, we'll continue to take your calls on the Bellingham post-match comments and whether the journalist was wrong to even ask the question. 03717 223344 is the number to call.
High pressure picks on talkSPORT with Sure, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
I think you're underestimating Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, you can look at the figures and say, yeah, not brilliantly impressive, but every Newcastle fan will tell you he's the heartbeat of their team.
Yeah, that's Newcastle, though, Jeff. Jeff, we're not Newcastle United.
Oh,
right?
Joe, don't be arrogant. Do not be arrogant, pal.
What do you mean not be arrogant? We're Premier League champions.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't want him at the club.
Yeah, you're Premier League champions now. You're Premier League champions now. Let's come on in 12 months' time and find out if you're going to say the same thing if you're not Premier League champions then.
Jeff, of course we're Premier League champions. We just won it a few months ago. Come on, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to give us a bit of time. What I'm saying is, good player, but I don't want him to be the marquee signing. If he is the marquee signing, I'm going to be upset.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, shouldn't you be worried? You're talking about marquee signings. Aren't you concerned about financial fair play? Or the equivalent of as it is now? And you busting the rules.
Get rid of everyone you need to get rid of to make it happen. Because if you're spending 60 mil on a player, then that means people need to go as well, right? Get rid of... We've just spoken about Norgard. If you don't like him, get rid of him.
Trossard, Gabriel Jesus.
We're hearing Trossard. Get rid of all of them. You know, to be fair, I do like Trossard. And if it was up to me, I'd get rid of Martinelli instead. But get rid of who you need to get rid of. Then we can start talking business. But this better not be the marquee signing.
I do the marquee signing, but I agree that Arsenal need a left winger. Do you know what I mean? Don't spend 80 million on Guimaraes and then you can't afford to go and buy, like, if Barcola's available, for instance, Joel, and he's worth 100. You know, you need a top left winger, don't you, on that side?
100%. And that's what I want to see. I want to see...
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
That's a banger, by the way.
Proper tune.
Yes. It should go in, doesn't it?
Let's hope we can play this after the game on Wednesday. Loud. Every an English person who's watching the game, Shebahn, put this on after the game. Rub it in.
Yeah, you'll need to. And then also, if you're not an English fan, you can.
You say
said
we.
You'll need to.
Oh, sorry.
We'll need to.
Did you say we, Ed? You did, yeah.
I didn't say you'll need to. Guys.
Alan does that on accident sometimes.
Listen back. You'll need to.
When he's talking about cricket, Alan will say we. We. It's like, no, I didn't say that.
He doesn't associate the Scotland cricket team, does he not? Oh, Alan, we love you.
Yes.
Come back soon. You listen to World Cup Breakfast at Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor. What do we know today? England skipper Harry Kane has admitted England can reach another level as the Three Lions bid to win the World Cup for the first time since 1966. talkSPORT understands Slaven Bilic has agreed a deal to return as Croatia manager. Croatia are in the same Nations League group as England, will face each other behind closed doors. That's coming up in October. And former Burnley and Everton gaffer Sean Dyche weighed in Tuchel and Bellingham's war of words and admitted he was surprised by the Real Madrid man's post-match comments.
I just think it was like Stuart Pearce is the clearest one on it, and the reason why I'm referencing him is not only because I trust his opinion and he's a friend, but he's been there, he's been in there. So if he's saying, you know, look, I just don't think it's a helpful thing. Well, he's been in them camps, he's played in them big games with England. You know what I mean? So I just think from the outside looking, I would just say I was surprised. That was all. But we've got to remember, this is a guy, whatever you think, is doing the business.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
If you talk the talk, you've got to make sure you back it up, and that's something Jude Bellingham's
both
doing.
are, by the way. Both are.
Sure.
I should say both. The manager is, and his staff and all that, but the manager's the one who has to, you know, the win and lose always ends up with the manager. But the players are as well, and Bellingham certainly is. So, you know, there's a bit of leeway on that. Yeah. These guys are top operators, and they are operating at the top level.
Gabby, are you concerned that the media could turn on Jude if it doesn't go your way on Wednesday? Because we've seen that from them in the past.
Yeah.
We can't have that again.
No, listen, I've seen it in the past so many times with players, but I don't see they will. I think his performances in this World Cup, 6 goals, 1 assist, incredible performances. Without him, we'll be out of the World Cup. So whatever happens from now on to the end of the World Cup, I don't think they'll turn on him. I hope not.
Do you think maybe perhaps Jude Bellingham did undermine Thomas Tuchel? That's the thoughts of Stuart Pearce. He said that.
I disagree with Pearce on that. I feel that, like, Pearce has been there, and he will know that you are emotional after game. You are tired after playing in those conditions, 110 minutes. You've got to maybe sort of have your back up when you hear that, like, oh, manager's moaning. And those conversations, by the way, would have happened in the changing room as well. I've seen that so many times. I've had arguments in managers in the changing room where you disagree on stuff. Like, Bellingham, should he have done it? Probably not. But I'm sure himself and the manager would have made up and spoke about it already. No problem. You're passionate. I'm passionate. Let's go and win then on Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's what you want to feel.
03717 223344 is the number. You can have your say on that here on talkSPORT this morning. Some huge news in cricket now. Brendan McCullum has been sacked as Test coach as the England team continues to unravel. It comes 2 weeks after Ben Stokes announced his retirement from international cricket. So with Bazball coming to an end, how will it be remembered and what is next for England? Here is talkSPORT's Sam Ellard back with us in the studio to give us a bit more on this.
Yeah, morning guys.
You got a jacket on, mate? Are you going to...
Excuse me?
Why you got a jacket on?
What's wrong?
Summer.
Well, it's not really a jacket.
Where are you going?
It's leading.
Yeah, I just thought it matched with the top, so I wanted to look. You know, I just thought it would.
I don't mind that.
I thought it would. Yeah. I mean, you're not exactly a fashion guru yourself, are you? I mean,
I'm
not sure, man. I mean,
my Nike socks and my Asics trainers.
You keep it pretty chilled, but yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
You don't think it's summer?
Also, it's quite a light jacket, isn't it? It's not like I'm wearing like a shacket or like a puffer. It's quite chilled, isn't it?
And
right?
it's nice colour tones as well. The navy with the khaki.
Thank you, Shebahn. That's exactly what I was going for this morning.
You're working on yourself, and we will get you a bird this summer.
No, you won't, Shebahn.
We'll find one.
You won't.
We'll find someone.
You won't. There's more chance of...
Don't say that.
Better late than never when it comes to Brendan McCullum. He should have lost his job after the winter. The first year of Bazball was fun. We were winning games of cricket, and he deserves a lot of credit for coming in and sort of changing English cricket. Results got better, results improved. What we've seen over the last year, 18 months, has been absolutely nowhere near good enough. Results on the pitch have been poor. We lost away in Australia. We got battered away in Australia. Backed that up by losing at home to New Zealand this summer. Off-pitch stuff annoyed fans, drove everyone absolutely crazy. These are international sports stars. They don't behave like international sports stars, and I think a lot of that has come from the culture that was created by Brendan McCullum, maybe even Rob Key and Ben Stokes as well. That was almost allowed, and they were sort of given permission to go out and be a little bit loose, like for argument's sake, would any other sporting establishment go on sort of a stag-do style mini trip during a competitive series like they did when they went to Noosa during the Ashes? That was all part of kind of the vibe that Brendan McCullum created.
Did he have enough credit in the bank, though?
In terms of
to keep his job or not?
No, absolutely not. I think he was lucky to get to the start of this summer.
Okay.
I think when the winter came towards an end, international cricket stops for a couple of months because all the players will go and play in the IPL for 2 months in April or May. So England don't play for 2 months. That would have been the most obvious and logical time for England to have made a change and given all the hierarchy a bit of time to bring in a new head coach, get him into his position.
Who's that going to be, Sam?
So Andy Flower is the man that lots of people want to come in. He has been in charge of England before. About 15 years or so ago, he was the head coach during probably the team's most successful period. What are you laughing at, Shebahn?
I was just thinking of this could blossom in this.
Oh, that's cheesy, but I'm going to steal that from you on tomorrow's show somewhere.
Smells like a good idea.
Smells like a great idea. Under Andy Flower, England won in Australia, in India, got to number 1 in the Test rankings, and we won the T20 World Cup underneath him. He is the complete polar opposite to Brendan McCullum, who is the most super laid-back guy. Andy Flower is the complete opposite of that. And I think this England team needs someone like him to come in and give the players a kick up the backside.
When English, listen, am I a massive watcher of cricket?
You're getting there, mate. I think you're getting there.
When we're playing really good stuff,
get
loads more fans watching cricket.
Yeah.
There's nothing better, is there, when we're performing, playing top cricket for the country?
It's a shame it's come to an end for Bazball because they did love him, didn't they?
No,
they
and look,
absolutely idolise it. But all good things come to an
and the
end.
first year was so fun. And as Gabby says, like I would have mates that used to almost laugh at me for liking cricket, texting me during that kind of, thank you. It's a tough. No, they'd be like, we do more cricket.
That's why Sam's single, innit?
Yeah, go right. I mean, I'm actually struggling a little bit with that, Shebahn, emotionally. And you guys are mocking me about it.
When we are playing well, though, I jump on the bandwagon of cricket and I'm like, I want to watch that. I love the beef with the Aussies and the Ashes. I love those sort of games.
And he did bring a real feel-good factor at the start of his reign. But I think what the problem was is he has this really, really ultra-attacking style of cricket, which is good. But the problem this England team didn't have is they never knew how to adapt. It was almost just, we're going to play that way, game in, game out, day in, day out. And there's going to be absolutely no adaptability and wanting to try and get better. In Australia, we played a decent Australia team. They were missing players because of injury. The England batsmen just went out there and basically played the same shot time and time again. It just felt like Shebahn. They didn't want to get better, learn and adapt.
Well,
stuff, don't you?
I
like to think I know my
stuff. Cricket,
yeah, I hope so.
Football.
If he's talking on dates about this, that's where we know that. Are you talking about this?
That's 3 in 3 minutes, Shebahn, from you. That's the yellow card. That's bang out of order.
Thanks,
Would you keep that jacket on if he was on a date?
So I wear the same thing on every date. I've got like a black jacket and a black t-shirt. I wear the same thing. I keep it nice and simple.
Okay, I like it. Send me a picture and I'll be the judge.
All right, I could actually do that. Super Sam it was.
Oh, okay.
Good times.
Sam and Hart, thank you very much. Still to come.
Get him out of here.
Still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Manage your Travis Perkins trade account online at travisperkins.co.uk or via the Travis Perkins app.
Yep, Yannick Sinner may have defended his Wimbledon crown, but no doubt a star was born in Arthur Ferry after the wild card and made it to the semi-final. And very pleased to say Arthur Ferry is going to be here in the studio with us at 9:15 this morning. Could Gabby beat him at paddle? 100%. We'll have to wait and see. Plus, former England winger Andros Townsend is going to be with us next. He was scouting Argentina up close during their extra time thriller against the Swiss. So he's going to be here to give us the definitive inside track on the semi-final opponent. Someone wrote "our" in the script. Our semi-final opponents. You little rats. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins. Morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Infantino, though, Simon, has said, yes, I got a call from Trump on Balogun.
Yeah.
They have allowed themselves to be boxed into a ridiculous corner, haven't they?
Well, it's one thing players cheating on a field, but when the people that are supposed to uphold the game ignore the integrity of their own positions, to damage the authenticity of what people might be watching, and challenge the legitimacy of it by allowing one set of group of people to have an advantage and not on others, you should start worrying about the existential threat that has to the game, and start worrying about what's happening to the football and where it's going next, and what will happen to it next.
Because if the Balogun situation did exist, and we never heard of a call going in from Trump to Infantino, the Kwanzaa 2-match ban
would be less controversial.
Would be much less controversial. It would almost come and go.
But again, we've got to distill it backwards, I think. If you sit there and you say, why is there no process available to rescind a red card? Why would there not be one? What is the logical thinking? Maybe FIFA can explain to us why it was necessary for the Trump regime to instigate some thinking into FIFA that should have been there in the first place. It shouldn't require Trump to be involved in the conversation. It should have been a simple appeal from, and by the way, US Soccer would have been all over this. It wasn't just Trump that did it. It was US Soccer that probably prompted him to do it. And they're sort of going in the background. It's not us, it's our commander-in-chief. No, Trump makes all the noise and carries all the cachet. But there should have been a process.
There's no regularity to this, Simon. Ironically, if you get sent off for in the Premier League for serious foul play, it's a 3-match ban.
But that's because you've got a 38-game season. This is a limited window. So people are always going to condense it down based upon the size of the tournament. But even more so in a limited window tournament, you should want an appeal process to be able to rescind in the same way that it can award upwards. It makes no sense.
In a century of World Cups, it's not just the football that's changed. Stadiums have gone from concrete behemoths to technological marvels, and the giant monolithic arenas help to define tournaments. Back in 1930, the world embraced its greatest spectacle for the first time. Uruguay was the host, and in just 90 days, they built a stadium that's still there today. It was a gargantuan effort to pull together the 90,000 capacity Estadio Centenario, one of only 3 venues for that tournament, that would act as a monument to 100 years of Uruguayan independence. If that was the World Cup's birthplace, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca became its cathedral. Some of the World Cup's most iconic moments happened on this grass, including this, of course. Also, both Pelé and Maradona lifted the trophy in the Azteca. A bit of pub quiz ammo for you there. You're welcome. In England, there's no more special place to us than Wembley, the scene of our greatest triumph. And yes, it definitely was a goal. Some incredible stadiums across the world have hosted matches, but you don't have to have a modern-day spaceship of a ground to make it memorable. Take 2006, for example, and here. The memories of what happened at Berlin's Olympiastadion show events on the pitch can elevate a stadium in the minds of fans worldwide. But that doesn't stop us from marvelling at modern triumphs of engineering. Let's jump ahead to Qatar and take a look at this, the Lusail Stadium. This gorgeous golden bowl hosted the frankly unbelievable final in 2022. But that's not where it ends in Qatar. Take Stadium 974, for example. This place was built from shipping containers and can be taken down and built somewhere else. Mad. It's crazy to think that we've gone from building giant concrete bowls to what is basically modern art. To be fair, some concrete bowls, like the Maracanã, are art in its most flawless form. The teams and the players are why we all come, but sometimes the stage they perform on ends up being the main character. And with structures like this, it's hardly a surprise.
Good morning, it's Monday. You're listening to the World Cup Breakfast Show here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn, Aherne, former England striker Gabby Agbonlahor.
Shebahn, after every break, I'm going to read out a little Jude Bellingham stat.
Go for it.
Did you know Jude Bellingham is the youngest men's player to ever reach 50 appearances for the England national team, achieving the milestone at just 22 years and 359 days versus Ghana? He holds the record as the youngest European player in history to feature 4 major men's tournaments, World Cups and Euros. More to come after the next break.
I've got a feeling this guy will go far.
Yeah, whatever. He's done all right.
He's absolutely brilliant. And do you know what? The kids love him as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, even people who don't watch football, everyone's in love with Jude Bellingham. He's the guy now, isn't he?
Exactly.
He's the poster boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, let's give him praise.
Yes, 100%. We're here with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car, by the way. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now, England have reached only a 4th ever World Cup semi-final. It doesn't get any bigger than this. They take on Argentina live on talkSPORT this Wednesday, 8 o'clock kickoff with us. You do not want to miss it. Let's remind ourselves of the journey it's been so far for England.
It's a new World Cup, a new manager, but the same question, is this England's time? In he comes for Rashford, keeping his feet and winning the game for England.
Game, set and match.
And that is that. It's a point for Ghana. They're celebrating like they've won as well. They might. What a load of rubbish that was. Game! There it is! England are going to be finishing top of the group.
The draw is being kind, in the same way it was kind to Gav Southgate.
Kane on the turn. Oh, what a goal!
My goodness, do we rely on this fella?
Whatever.
Jude Bellingham on the double. Oh, bring on the Norwegians in Miami. Spilled by the goalkeeper and bundled in. England lead. It is Jude Bellingham again. And the 3 Lions are in the last 4 again.
Do you know what? I'd wear a Jude top. Just a wee picture of Jude Bellingham.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. He's that guy.
Yeah, he is. He's him.
England are unbeaten in their 6 games so far. Their opponents Croatia, Ghana, Panama, DR Congo, Mexico and Norway. So England have set up the semi-final now against current world champions Argentina. Live talkSPORT 8 p.m. this Wednesday. Are England the favourites? We can cross stateside now and bring in a man who's played for England but was also watching for his Argentina against Switzerland on Saturday night. Andros Townsend is with us now. Good morning to you, Andros.
Morning,
How
Andros.
you keeping?
Good morning, how are we?
Oh, well, mate.
Good. Yeah, we're great.
Good.
Thank you. How are you feeling about this? I mean, it's an absolute classic, isn't it, on paper?
It is a classic on paper, and I co-commentated on Argentina against Switzerland, so I have a little bit of an emotional attachment to them because it was a special night. I think they're not the best side I've watched this tournament, but they're the most well-drilled side. Every player in their team has their role, and mainly that role is to try and get the best out of Lionel Messi, who's obviously 39 now. He's not at his peak, but he has a team of 10 players who everything they do is to get the best out of him. So it's going to be a very tricky game, but a very exciting game on Wednesday for sure.
Yeah, I watched the game as well, Andros, after the England game, and I thought that I agree with you. They're not at their best, are they, Argentina? And they haven't been all tournament like we haven't, but they fight for him, don't they? They fight for every ball. But they are vulnerable at times, aren't they? Especially in the fullback positions. You can get at them and you can create chances, can't you, against them?
And I think that the thing with their wide areas, they don't really have wingers. They don't have a Di Maria of the past who has the width. So it's down to their fullbacks, left back Tagliafico, right back Molina, to play high and wide and create that width. They haven't really been exposed much, but they do leave spaces, like you said. When they lose the ball, their 2 fullbacks are high.
Against Egypt, doesn't it? A lot.
In those wider areas, and possibly that is a way that England could exploit when they do win the ball back.
Yes, definitely.
In terms of playing for England, Andros, you know the pressure of wearing that shirt, but how impressive is it watching Jude Bellingham just doing this for his country, time and time again?
It's unbelievable. And did Gabby say he's still 22 years of age?
23.
23. It's honestly, it's incredible. I watched the game the other day, and you can see the nerves in some of the players. Gordon started with a bit of nervousness. Madueke was a bit nervous at times, but you see this guy who's 23 years of age with the elegance of like prime Zidane, with like the the anticipation of Frank Lampard and when to arrive into the box. It's honestly, I've never seen something like that before, and it's a joy to watch. And I hope we are celebrating him at the moment, but I hope we continue to celebrate him because he's a world-class player for us.
You know what, Andros, as well, we're lucky to have him in the sense that I said at the start of the show, like bravery can be, when you block a ball. There's bravery against Mexico when players will head the ball with someone's foot high or they'll play with an injury, whatever. But I also think, Andros, you'll know this, bravery is when, it's tough. You 1-0 down to Norway. They could have scored 2. They could have scored 3, but I'm going to get on the ball. I'm going to make something happen. He's brave in that way, isn't he? Where, give it to me. I'm going to go and get my team a goal.
And you know better than most, Gabby. I think that's the most important brave, because in those moments, Mexico away in the Azteca, you see players shrink a little bit, but he was puffing his chest out, give me the ball, I'm going to worm my way out of 2 or 3 players. And he's so important for the side because he just has no fear. He just plays with a freedom that I haven't really seen before a player his age. And it's amazing to see, Gabby.
There's a lot of talk, Andros, and I don't want to talk about it, to be honest, mate. Give it any time of day. But afterwards, the interview and how Bellingham spoke and how the manager spoke, what's your thoughts on that, mate?
I think Bellingham was set up a little bit by the reporter, because the reporter made it seem like Thomas Tuchel was having a go at the performance. He wasn't having a go at the performance. He was merely saying that the mentality was what won them this game. They weren't at their free-flowing best, but their mentality and their braveness to get on the ball saw them over the line. Whereas when Jude Bellingham had his interview, emotions were running high. He just helped his team get into a semi-final. It was almost framed as if that the manager was unhappy with the performance. And so it brought out a spiky response. But come on, guys, we're in the semi-final of a World Cup. Let's get behind our team. Let's get behind our manager. Let's stop trying to create headlines that our star players going up against our manager. It's not good for us. It's not good for us going into that game against a nation where everyone is on side, everyone is together. The support is the best. The South American is the best I've seen in the World Cup. I've done Argentina, I've gone to Colombia. They're the most passionate. I saw commentators crying when they scored the winning goal against Switzerland. So let's try and have a bit of that togetherness going into Wednesday, because we're going to need it.
I thought as well, going on to the other players, because there were other players that I thought done well. I think a special mention for Concert right back. I think some of the clearances that he made, there was a goal-saving one, wasn't it, off the bar, and then he gets up and challenges Berg and gets rid of it. Also, I thought Morgan Rogers coming on and playing centre midfield, where I was baffled with that, but he worked out for him as well. Saka when you come on as well. And also, I thought Anderson played his best game in England shirt. What's your thoughts, Andros?
Those guys were very good. And again, we struggled in the wide areas. I think they target our wide areas to double up. They know that's where our threat is. So they look to double up on a Madueke and a Gordon, who, again, didn't have their most productive game. But, those guys, Konza, especially filling in right back, which it probably suits him because in possession, he was like a third centre-half. He wasn't looking to overlap. He was just our protection. So that suited him. And Elliot Anderson on the ball, getting on the ball and trying to be positive, trying to play diagonal, play the ball in behind. Yeah, so it's so important for us.
I don't want to be negative, but Madueke not having the best time.
No.
Do you stick with him, guys? What do you do, Andros, or do you make that change? Like a 20% Bukayo Saka, is that still better than Madueke?
I think Saka's obviously a lot better player, isn't he, Andros? But how fit is he to start Saka? Is that an issue?
Yeah, I think so. And I think players like Jed Spence and Madueke, they've become a little bit of a scapegoat because, especially in that first half, Madueke, it's tough in the opening half of games. Gabby, there's no space for the technical players, for the quick players. And he didn't get to 60 minutes where it opens up, and then you can use your 1v1 technical ability. So I think he's a bit unfortunate. I don't know what Thomas Tuchel is going to do, because the players that came on did make a difference. So he's definitely got 1 or 2 decisions, especially in that wide right area on who he goes for first and who he goes as an impact player in the last 30 minutes.
All right, Andros, we're looking forward to this.
No more time.
What's up? Go on.
One more question. Sorry. Andros, I want to be positive as much as you do and everyone else, but do you look at the negatives of the game and say the set pieces, there was such a threat, wasn't they? McAllister scored off a set piece as well in their quarter-final, and how they could counter-attack on us. Do we have to be a lot better at those in the next game?
I think set piece wise, I think we'll be better prepared. Alexis McAllister is one of the smallest players on the pitch. He won first contact on at least 3 corners, and that can't happen. So I think we'll be better prepared in that. I don't think counterattacks is the worry. I think it's allowing their midfield players to dominate the area in between the lines where the Messi, the Enzo Fernandezes of this world, Alexis McAllister, they all like to operate. Are they going to create an overload in there between Rice and Anderson in that space there? That's my biggest worry, rather than the counter-attacks that they can pose.
Andros, we need to let you go, but just before we do that, you're an absolute disgrace, by the way. eating boiled eggs on a plane. You're at...
What's worse, boiled eggs or microwavable plane food?
Boiled eggs?
What? Okay.
In that chamber of...
Andros, please, Andros, can you get a flight and sit next to Shebahn and offer an egg?
You wouldn't make it, Andros.
What, an egg? I've got a spare one.
Open the window and chucking him out. Andros Townsend, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
We look forward to hearing from you again.
Top man.
Take care of yourself, from England winner. Andros Townsend there. Coverage of England-Argentina gets underway for you here 7 o'clock Wednesday night out in Atlanta. By the way, there's aircon, isn't there, in that studio as well? So nice reward after that Miami heat. Kick off 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Coming up, we'll hear quite a fiery interview from TV star Danny Dyer, who still cannot believe his son-in-law, Jared Bowen, isn't in the England squad.
We all expected, okay, we need to beat Croatia by 3 goals. We need to go and beat Ghana by 3, and then we should beat Panama by 5. We should beat Congo by 5. What's it like in a tournament? It's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. You know, it's funny when I see, the betting, things, before the game, and I'm thinking this is not what we expect, on the pitch. I know that England are favorite against Norway, but when you look at Norway, they look really, really strong, as a unit, as a team. Of course, they have weakness, but England must be aware that if they don't get the position of the ball in this game, and this is where I agree with Troy Deeney, for example. I think with the player they have, England, they should be more confident with the ball. They should show more commitment with the ball, and composure as well. And this is where, something is missing.
Yeah. Well, we shall see if we can show that. I mean, if you look, on paper.
I'm just sorry to disturb you, Jeff, but for this game, England against Norway, I'm just wondering if Norway get the ball, is it what England wants into this game? Waiting, sit back, trying to play in counter-attack, or try to get the ball, the position of the ball, and try to conduct and manage, this game. So this is, for me, one of the key of this game. Yeah. Are you going to react with the ball and without the ball?
I mean, it's interesting because Norway had a lot more possession of the ball against Brazil than most people had imagined they would do.
Although the tactics from Ancelotti, though, did he say leave them with it? Yeah. I don't think we should do that. I think we should go after them. I really do.
Yeah, pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Text from Ryan. He said, Bellingham's been very good, but I think Arsenal's Morgan Rogers should get a chance in the next game.
Hello, I'm Matt Fordham from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
We can change it. Come on, Gabby.
I got another one for you, Shebahn.
Go for it.
No English player in history has scored more open play goals in a single World Cup than Jude Bellingham. And another one. Jude Bellingham scored twice in a blistering 98 seconds against Mexico, the third fastest brace in the tournament's history.
Jude.
Wow, more to come.
Take a bow, Jude Bellingham.
I'm great.
I know. We're running out of superlatives to describe this young man.
Just positivity, Shebahn.
I'm pretty sure wait a minute. Is it Jude's dad Scottish, right?
Is it? I don't know. I don't think so.
Dad Scottish?
Oh, no way.
No.
No way.
Now, Arsenal's Noni Madueke has really struggled for form this tournament. So much so, our very own Adrian Durham, oh dear, didn't hold back, handing out a brutal 1 out of 10. Oh, Aid, in his post-match ratings against Norway. So you lot don't want negativity.
No.
This is one of your own.
He did struggle.
Yeah, talkSPORT's Ian Abrahams spoke to England superfan Danny Dyer, who was questioned why his son-in-law Jared Bowen wasn't selected instead.
I just think the Saka's there and he hasn't really started any games. Right, he's had 3 assists. But, you know, Madueke's been starting games and I just think, look, good luck to this kid. I've got nothing against him. I think he's definitely got a future ahead of him. But for this moment, you know, Jared should have been the man on the right if he's going to start. His decision-making is second to none. You know what I mean? All right, OK, he's 29. But I just think that he'd been in every camp up to this point, and I think it was a shock for all of us, really. So it's been hard. I just think he would have done a better job than Madueke, really. But, you know, we're through to the semis, so it's still happening. Let's see what happens.
Danny Dyer there. Do you agree?
I think the hard thing about the last game for Madueke was he wasn't great at all. But Shebahn, he had 2 or 3 opportunities, and when he took on a defender on the outside, his crosses were a bit wild on his weaker foot. And these sort of games, these tough games, and how hard it was to break Norway down in that first half, you might only get 3 chances to take your fullback on.
Yeah.
And that's what he's been judged on, dragged at half-time. I wouldn't mind seeing Rashford on that side. I just think sometimes, like, you look at the Argentinian fullbacks, they're there for the taking. Why can't Rashford get on last game? Why can't you play Rashford off that right-hand side, mix it up a bit, and then you bring him off maybe for Saka on 60 minutes if Saka can't start games. But I think Madueke probably has played himself out of a starting spot. You don't want to go too hard on him because a lot of people did with Jed Spence.
No.
And Jed Spence, when you come on against Norway, done very well.
It's the fact that you're getting closer now, so it has to be. You can't allow for
I
think Rashford's the kind of player who's got that big game energy as well.
Also, sometimes it's nice to see a winger go on the outside and then putting a cross on their preferred foot.
Absolutely. By the way, Jude Bellingham's dad's not Scottish. I just think I like to tell myself.
People believe you.
Moving away now from selection headaches for Thomas Tuchel, and the Norwegians are absolutely fuming after crashing out of the tournament. Why? Alfie and Haaland took to social media to blast officials, claiming today the referee won. That's how I feel. I don't usually like talking about officials after a match, but when so many key moments go against one team, it's impossible to ignore. Did it though? So moments that have caused the spur then. The ball supposedly hitting the camera wire in the build up to England's first goal. I mean, we've all seen the footage. It does hit it.
Yeah.
Why are we saying supposedly it does hit it? FIFA saying it.
Same for both.
Yeah. Haaland's push on Anderson, disallowing the Norway goal. It was definitely a push on Anderson. It was a foul. Jed Spence's claim for penalty getting overturned. So for more on this now, we can bring in former Premier League referee Chris Voigt to give us his thoughts. Good morning to you, Chris.
Good morning, Chris.
Morning, guys.
Hello. Never without controversy. What do you think about the whole ball hitting the spider cam thing and the chat from FIFA saying it wasn't hitting the spider cam or it didn't?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I watched the game and I really enjoyed it. And to be honest with you, at no point in proceedings did I see the ball hit the wire or the spider cam, and there was nothing that suggested it actually happened. Because when I looked at, when the goal was scored, there was very little reaction from the technical area, and you think to yourself, it was only later on that people started talking about this, and quite clearly over the last 24 hours, it's gathered momentum. But FIFA have been very forthright in their view. They've put a statement out, and what they're saying is that at no point was there a snick in the ball. There was no noise from that. It didn't touch the wire. So I suppose we have to trust the technology on this situation.
Was there any other decisions in the game that you felt were wrong? What did you think of the Anderson incident for the goal? I think it was a foul by Haaland, a push. What was your thoughts, mate?
I agree with you on that one, Gabby. This was something that was introduced prior to the World Cup that Pierluigi Collina wanted introducing, and IFAB accepted it. And this is where we had, a foul that was before the ball was in play. And if you can remember, Haaland clearly pushed Elliot Anderson. He was out the game. He clearly impacted on his ability. But it happened before the ball came in, and of course we started with a corner. I think the other one that I found interesting, I think there's a 50-50 split on this, was the penalty award on DJ Spence, and it was given on field, and the referee went to the monitor. The VAR felt as though it was a clear and obvious error. I think it was Oscar Bob who fouled him.
Yes.
I thought that was a penalty, and I didn't see that as a clear error. People were saying that Jed Spence moved into the way of the defender. I don't know how you see it as an attacker, Gabby.
I felt it was a penalty, and I just feel like they're finding too many little reasons, aren't they, mate, to not give a penalty in that instant. I feel every fan watching was devastated because it would have been pressure off for the last few minutes of the game. But I agree, mate, it was a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it was given on field, which is always a start point for penalties, and then obviously the decision was overturned, but it has caused a lot of debate, that one. I think we got a 50-50 split. So the question I asked there was that a clear and obvious error? In my opinion, I don't think it was.
Chris, I've got one for you, right? In the Argentina-Switzerland game, I stayed up to watch it. I don't know if you've seen it. Second yellow for Embolo. So he got booked in the first half, and then he sort of dives in the middle of the pitch. Paredes is given a yellow card. Then the ref has been told to go back to VAR and look at it. And because Embolo dived, he cancels the Paredes yellow card, gives Embolo second yellow and sends him off. The Swiss bench were fuming. But is that the right decision with the new rules?
Yeah, I think there is a play on words within the new rules, but it's not the first time we've seen it in the tournament, is it? We saw it with Almiron and Tim Ream very early. If you remember, the referee cautioned Tim Ream for a foul. When the VAR looked at it, it was clear that Almiron had dived. So they took the yellow away from Tim Ream and gave it to Almiron. In this situation, Embolo, I don't think he can have any complaints about this. I mean, his first yellow card was a clear foul.
He was in tears, weren't he, mate? I did feel sorry for him, mate. He was crying and probably felt he let his country down. But
don't cheat.
Don't dive, though.
Don't cheat.
Problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got that one right, and it's something we've seen a couple of times in the tournament. And if it stops acts of simulation and cheating, then long may it continue.
Absolutely. Chris, we like to keep you busy. Thanks for joining us.
Top man, Chris. Thank you.
Have a good Monday.
And you, cheers.
Former Prem referee Chris Foy with us there. Coming up, all the drama this morning has been around Jude Bellingham's post-match comments. Are journalists wrong to ask those questions straight after the game? We'll bring you more on that next.
Are France that good, or have they been tested yet?
I think probably a little bit of both. I think they are that good. I think they are, because they showed second half what they can do in tight spaces and there. But I think there needs to be a moment where they will inevitably come up, probably against Spain, hopefully against England, where with their teams, more danger lies ahead. But they kind of, I think it was quite simple for France today.
Mate, they're coasting to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, they're a good side though. They're a good side. They've got the best player in the world.
Do you know what I like about France? And it's a bit of a throwback. The forwards, when they get the ball, you see a lot of players, number 10s or midfielders, they'll get it and they'll pass it out wide and they'll come back and they'll go out the other side and then you might try and get to the byline. When France win the ball, they stick it into the front three or front four, and they run at you like through the middle of the park. And they just drive with the ball, a bit like what Gaza used to do. And then the game just opens up. And you're looking at it going, as a defender, I'm watching the Moroccans, they're going, how do you defend that? Well, you've got three people running off the ball, and then you've got the player with the ball running at you, straight at you. The second goal they score is just like them just going, well I'm just going to run through you.
Well, it was 2-0.
Hard to defend against.
It could have been 4 if Mbappe scores that. JP had a chance at the end there, and brilliant, got on his left foot and then scuffs his shot. And in the end, it was comfortable for France. They really didn't break a sweat. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do at all. There might have been a couple of crosses. I don't remember it. But, yeah, they're that good, mate. And I think they've got a little bit of a fear factor about them because everyone knows how good they are going forward. You cannot allow... They're 2 wide men to run it at full-back 1v1. You can't allow at least...
One of the beautiful things about the World Cup is when someone just takes the tournament by storm. Some obvious names pop up, like James Rodriguez. Back in the 90s, there was Salvatore Schillaci. 6 of his 7 career goals for Italy came at Italia 90 as he carried the Azzurri to a 4th-place finish at home. That was the tournament we saw a 38-year-old Roger Miller go from Cameroonian squad player to dancing by the corner flag. And of course, in 98, Michael Owen, who the rest of the world hadn't really heard of before he made some Argentinian greats look like school children. And thinking about Liverpool, they probably wish the 2002 World Cup never happened, because they signed this guy off the back of his performances in Japan and South Korea. They could have had him instead, and Steven Gerrard's still crying. No player's ever taken a tournament by storm quite like Paolo Rossi, though. He served a 2-year match-fixing ban before the 1982 World Cup and did absolutely nothing in the group stage. But then, an explosion of goals. A hat-trick against Brazil, 2 in the semis against Poland, 1 in the final against West Germany. Italy won the World Cup thanks to him. He also took home the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot. He's the only player to ever win all 3 in the same tournament. The World Cup is full of fairy tales, but none compare to Rossi's 82.
Good morning to you. How are you this Monday? You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne. Gabby Agbonlahor is here with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. Jude Bellingham is not surprisingly all over the back pages. He's trending this morning everywhere you look after his brilliant performance off the pitch, on the pitch, but mostly his post-match comments are doing the rounds as well, causing quite a stir. From what I'm seeing, a lot of the reaction from England fans getting in touch this morning is that Jude has been posed with a negative question here from the reporter. Gabby's not happy with the reporter in this situation. Our presenter Max Scott is here with more context on this, Max, because from what I'm seeing, a lot of things have been flashed and put together and it's all kind of out of context. It's not making sense.
So I want us to take a bit of a forensic look at this, because understandably it's elicited a massive response, both Tuchel's post-match comments to ITV, Jude's to the same broadcaster, but then to other broadcasters as well. It's raised questions about whether there's a rift between the two, and then it's also raised the question about whether the media are trying to sabotage England in some way. So first of all, let's hear the spiciest bits from Thomas Tuchel's interview with ITV after the game.
We made life very, very difficult for ourselves today. The result is fantastic. We're in the last 4. It's amazing, but not happy with the performance.
In what sense?
In every sense. Because, again, the commitment is there, but we made life very, very difficult for us in the way we played, how we played. Sloppy, a lot of technical mistakes, not fast enough, not repetitive enough. We were lucky today.
Was that the occasion? Getting to the players?
I don't know. It's just
mentality thing.
No, nothing. Oh, it's no mentality.
Well, if you're not happy with the players,
this is pure mentality. How can you ask about mentality now? This is pure mentality. We need to play better.
Okay. What about Jude Bellingham and his quality?
Enough said. He does it every single match. World class.
So he's clearly unhappy with the quality of the performance.
He's clearly unhappy.
Which is his right as a manager, right? And I think most England fans that watched that game would agree the quality wasn't good enough. Yeah. But he took massive umbrage to the question about mentality. And then, by the way, just as a reminder, goes on to say Jude Bellingham's world class. Yeah. So I think this idea that there's a wedge trying to be driven between Jude and Tuchel, I don't think you can get that from that interview, because he calls him world class. And just a couple of weeks ago, Jude's praising the environment Tuchel's created compared to that in Euro 2024. That was Tuchel. Now let's hear Jude's response to this. And before we play the clip, I just want to be clear. This is Gabriel Clark's 6th question to Jude. It's not the first thing he says to him. He asks him about what it's like being in a semi-final, about the goal he scored, about Morgan Rogers, about the players that have never played at a World Cup before.
Question, Max. Same interview, Gabriel Clark, who interviewed Thomas Tuchel for the first one.
Exactly.
Same guy. Right.
Same people, about 3 minutes apart on the television coverage. This is the response to Gabriel Clark's 6th question about what Thomas Tuchel has just said about the quality of the performance.
Well, there's one thing to have quality, which all the lads in this group do, but you don't know how much mentality and how much heart they've got until we're in a situation like that, and they've shown themselves.
Thank you. The manager's actually not very happy. He said he was disappointed with the performance. There could have been more in many different ways.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, I think he obviously believes there could be more from the team.
Yeah, it's difficult out there. It's difficult. It's a tough shift. All the players are putting a very tough shift. So my thoughts and appreciation goes to the players who's out there who put in a great shift yet again.
Now, that was Jude's response to Gabriel Clark, who's getting a lot of flack online. A reminder, that was his 6th question to him. But lots of other reporters also put Tuchel's comments to Jude, to Harry Kane, to Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke disagreed with Tuchel's assessment about the performance. Harry Kane agreed. And loads of other reporters asked that question. And so Gabriel Clark's getting a lot of flack for it. I think it's a bit of a storm in a teacup, and I think it's clear. For me, it's like Sir Alex Ferguson and Roy Keane, 2 elite operators in their element, challenge essentially backing themselves, and I think this is why we're seeing the very best from Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, I think as well from a player's point of view, he's probably out there, Jude Bellingham, extra time. He's still pressing. I was saying to my daughter watching the game, look at him still in extra time. Yeah. He's pressing. This guy is a machine. Mm-hmm. You've seen your teammates shattered. Yes, they didn't play good enough. I get that, but it's tournament football. It's about getting through. And then to hear that comment, he has had a little nibble, hasn't he? Of course he has.
But that's why we love Jude, because he's honest.
Yes, and I think England fans would rather that. He's got that bite about him, and he's going to say what he thinks. And yeah, you try playing out in that heat, because it is difficult. So I think the manager's right in what he says. And I think Jude Bellingham's
absolutely
right. Both people can be right.
Who asked the question then? Who did Jude speak to when he said, he should be out playing in this heat against, Sorloth and Haaland? Who was that to?
He said that to Sky.
He said that to Sky.
Yeah, in the mix zone, where players come and just stand in front of the mic and they get questions.
Yeah, mix zones, by the way, where everyone can come out after the game and say a piece if they want or not. So he said that after the Gabriel Clark.
You know what I'd love? What I'd love to have happened already, and I hope it has, is Bellingham and the manager are in the office and they're having a good chat about it, about what they thought about the game. And he's our best player. This manager has showed he's a top manager. I'm sure they would have sorted it out, Max. Yeah. I didn't think it was a great performance. Jude Bellingham might be saying to him, yeah, I know it wasn't, but these games are tough, Gaffer. You know what I mean? The weather, the humidity, it's difficult out there. And he'd be like, yeah, I get that, but we can do better in this. And then leave the office and you're like, okay, let's go in the semi-final, have a hug it out. We don't have to carry on about it for the next 2 days after the tournament. That's why we didn't win the tournament. No, it's not.
That's what's happening, though, on social media. I think social media is making this
fake world. It's not a real world.
Can I ask you,
social media is making it what it wants to be.
You've just come back from the World Cup. You've been in these mix and you've been speaking to players. Do you think it's a legitimately fair question for a reporter to put the manager's comments to the player?
Give the guy a pay rise. ITV will be happy with Gabriel Clark's question there. Yeah. I don't think he's set him up. I don't think he's made it out that Tuchel has said something that he hasn't said. He said the manager said he's not happy with the performance. Thomas Tuchel says, I'm not happy with the performance in every sense. So I think a lot of us are going to social media for our information if they missed it, because not a lot of us hang back to watch flash interviews or mix zones. So you go online and you get the edited version without the context,
Yes.
the clickbait and all that kind of jazz. I think Jude has said his right thing in defending his team. And I think Thomas has said the right thing in saying that it wasn't a good enough performance. And I think the interviewer's done the right thing by saying to Jude, your gaffer thinks this. What do you think?
I think as well, knowing that it's the
It's
sixth
blown out of
question that he's
proportion.
asked changes it.
Sorry, say that again, Gabs.
You said it was the sixth question that he asked. That changes a lot for me.
Yeah.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
Gabby.
Like he's asked loads
Well
of other
said.
stuff, and then the last question is that. That's fine. When you see on social media, like everyone else does, you don't know that, do you? So you think, oh, was that the first question you've asked him straight away? So if he hasn't, then I apologise to a fellow Gabriel. And Gabriel Clark.
Nice, Gabs,
yeah, I think that's okay then.
And I think where the wider context of this as well is we are rightly defensive of Jude Bellingham because we've seen his treatment
By the
previously.
press and the
Yes,
media.
we've seen the headline "Leave him at home," divisive soloist.
That
That was by Craig Copen. I had my say on that on the Weekend Breakfast show yesterday, and I think because of that, the vast majority of England supporters are so protective of one of the greatest players this country's ever produced that when we then see a snippet on social media that doesn't have the full context, we rightly come out to defend him. But I think with all the information that we have, you're absolutely right, Shebahn. Everyone's in the right. Tuchel for commenting on performance, Bellingham for backing himself and his players, and the reporter for doing his job.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
That really
Good work,
kind of
Max.
clears everything up.
Well, you get the big bucks.
Yeah. Max, pay rise.
They're coming. Once you hit 50, mate.
Gabriel will be replaced next tournament by Max.
I'm talkSPORT loyal. talkSPORT till I die.
No, we really did need that. Thank you very much, Max Scott, there with us. This is World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Still to come.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Go big on landscaping with Travis Perkins. Find everything you need at travisperkins.co.uk.
Did hell just freeze over? Did Gabby just apologise?
That's a real man, and I am a real man.
I'm
been told.
so proud of you now.
I've been told many times I'm a real man.
You as a real man.
I'm a man.
But you didn't. You said I apologise, and you told me in the past you'll never say I'm sorry.
Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Get Gabriel Clark on the phone. I want an apology to that man.
I'm so
on here.
sorry, Gabriel. You know that.
And you've got the same name.
Yeah, you've been doing great.
From one Gabriel to another.
Absolutely. You know who else was not sorry and angry? I spoke to Alan just before the game. He messaged me, "Where you watching the game?" And he's like, "I can't get it on the bloody radio. It's a joke." Few swear words. No, because he's in Spain.
Oh, is he?
He's in Marbella. He was like, "It's a so-and-so joke."
Oh,
I was like, only Alan would be in Spain and he's not gone somewhere to watch the game.
We'll get engineering to fly him out something to rig him up for the next one. Coming up for you, a man who completely took SW19 by storm, British wildcard and Wimbledon semi-final hero Arthur Ferry is going to be live in the studio with us to
Amazing.
look back on an unforgettable fairy tale fortnight for him and England into the World Cup semi-final. We'll get all the thoughts from a man who was just in the squad the last time they did it in 2018. Jack Butland will be with us soon. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins. Good morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. From fence panels to decking or paving packs to topsoil, Travis Perkins has all your landscaping needs covered.
They get into this weird situation where they forget what happened before. So all the big games, they played Havertz, right? Gyökeres, who you bought in at the start of the season, was going to be, for all the big games, in all the big games, he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Facts, that's what happened. So the manager doesn't trust him. That's not our opinion, that's just objectively looking at it. Havertz gets injured quite a lot, unfortunately. Gabby Jesus is not the same since he's come back from his injury. So if you're now telling me that you can get through this season again and everybody else is going to be as poor as they were last year, I think you're just forgetting the fact that you lot were all losing your marbles. around the Man City loss. And it was, we need a proper striker. Arteta don't know what he's doing again. You win the league, it's great, we're going to win it.
But you know, what I've always said to, I've always said to you, I always said to him, though, Gyökeres was bought in for the big games, didn't I? I said that to you. We bought Gyökeres in for the game.
No, I get.
Listen,
explain.
I want to hear
the
it.
year before, Arsenal, it weren't the record against Man City's, the Liverpool. It weren't that cost us the league. It was we couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat West Ham, couldn't beat them lesser clubs. Gyökeres coming. I mean, he said it. Right, it's one of them. Gyökeres this season though. Gyökeres this season scored against the Fulhams and West Ham, so we didn't have a problem getting past those teams, which is why then we went on to win the league.
Okay, I think you won the league because you played very pragmatic football. I'm not actually allowed to say the type of football that people are calling it on air, but you played a certain type of football.
Would you play that type of football to win the league?
No.
What?
What are you talking? Of course you would.
Honestly.
If I was a footballer.
No, it's just like
You're my team.
Yeah.
No, I'll be happy like you lot. I'll be exactly. You get me? I'll be happy. Of course I will.
But would you like to see Spurs play that way to win?
Brendan Johnson scored with like his knee or something, and we won the trophy. I'm happy. I don't care, bro. However it gets done, I'm happy. I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, you can't like gloat about it and say, "Oh, we don't need a 9." That's crazy. You do need a 9, respectfully. What are you talking about, bro? If you sold Osimhen and Havertz right now, you could. Sorry, Osimhen. If you bought Osimhen and sold Gyökeres and Havertz right now, you'd be great. You'd be fine. You could buy Barcola. Barcola and Osimhen changes their team, bro. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, you're a liar. That's a lie. You're a liar. That is a lie.
I'm happy with that.
Hello, I'm Matt Fordham from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Good morning to you. Just coming up for 10 to 8, Monday, 13th of July. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast. It's Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. Happy England fans everywhere today, and rightly so, into the semi-final. An absolute classic coming up against Argentina Wednesday night.
Oh,
you're on talkSPORT. Have you got a start for me,
yes.
Jude? Do you?
Jude Bellingham moved to Germany for an initial fee of £25 million, which made him the most expensive 17-year-old in football history at the time. More to come.
Lovely stuff. 03717 223344 is the number to have your say this morning. FA insiders have insisted that there's no problems between head coach Thomas Tuchel and star man Jude Bellingham after this kind of war of words, shall we call it, on England's victory over Norway. We can get your thoughts on this now. We've got Ash, the Spurs fan, with us now. Good morning, Ash. What's your thoughts?
Ash.
Ash. Oh, Matt. Sorry, Matt, the Spurs fan. Sorry, Matt. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, how you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Matt. What do you think about this?
Well, do you know what? I'm a little bit frustrated. I just think it's the British media all over, right? It's like, you know, everyone's on a high, emotions are high, and let's try and find a way to pull them down. I think, you know, what Tuchel is Tuchel has a high-performing mentality, right, and leadership mentality. And what he's saying there is, motivationally, that pulled us through today, and that's fantastic to see. But, you know, the performance wasn't good enough. And I think if we all look at it on paper, the performance wasn't good enough, right? And I just think for the media to then go to Jude and put it to him, it's not it is their job that still, you know, create stories and everything else. But, you know, let that conversation happen in the dressing room between Jude and the manager and let them sort it out. And then none of this blows up, right? And we wouldn't be talking about it. And now if we go out, you know, I know we're not going to because it's coming home, but, you know.
Whoa.
Sorry, on a rant this morning.
No, it's fine, Matt. I mean, a lot of people agree with you that it shouldn't have happened that way.
Definitely.
Matt, listen, have a good day
Thank
today.
you, Matt.
Thank you very much for your call. We've got John, the Man City fan, with us now. Good morning, John.
Good morning, John.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we?
Yeah, we're great, John. We're very well, thank you. Listen, do you think it was right for the reporter to ask Jude about Thomas Tuchel's comments, or should that have been left?
A reporter can ask whatever he feels like asking. It's not a problem. Jude Bellingham's answer was superb. Doesn't care. Yeah, all he cares about is whatever you put in front of him, or the England team, should I say, they're going to knock him over. So I love Thomas Tuchel. And what he said is what we've all seen.
Yeah.
We haven't hit our rhythm and tempo quite yet. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
The players, the commitment, undoubted. Undoubted.
I think, John, as well, he knows himself. If you're going to win the World Cup, if you get past Argentina, you play like that against France, and you're not winning anything. So he knows that the performances have got to get better. That's what I love about him.
Gabs.
Yep.
If you win scruffy and you're not playing well, you're still winning.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're still going. You're progressing. You're progressing to the next round. Yeah. So he knows the quality of these players. Yeah. Declan Rice clearly wasn't at his obviously
poorly, wasn't he?
illness and what. Yeah, illness or whatever. When Declan's back, you know them set pieces are going to come in, and they're going to be right on point. So I think personally, I love Thomas Tuchel because he left Cole Palmer at home. He left. I'm a City fan. He left Phil Foden at home. Rightly so, because neither of them have ripped up any fees this season. And when we had the dividend wage coach, can't stand Southgate, and I'm on record as saying the same, he would have took both of them players, and both of them players get in the way of Jude Bellingham. So now you think Bellingham, for the class act that he actually is, he powered when that ball. Sorry, when Rodgers struck that shot. Who was the first to react? Bellingham put the burners on right across his man, bang, goal. He's immense. He's a box-to-box midfield player. Both Cole Palmer and Phil Foden, under the dividend wage scope, got in his way.
You speak well, John.
Yeah, John, well done.
Wow.
Listen,
cool, mate.
John,
Thank you.
Get on with your day. Thank you so much for your call this morning. We appreciate it. It's time now
Well
for
done,
this.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Score a quality morning coffee for the day ahead.
Laura Kirk-Francis is back with us for a bit of Wimbledon chat.
Morning, Laura Kirk-Francis.
Morning. Bit of Wimbledon chat ahead of Arthur Ferry coming on the show, which is very exciting. Let's just hear from him first. This was him speaking after his defeat to Zverev about the game itself and what fans can expect from him after the tournament.
Yeah, still a loss. Still hurts like a loss. But overall, great 2 weeks. It's still very, very fresh. Yeah, mentally, physically tired of the tournament. So going to make sure I take enough time to recharge the batteries, and then just go again and do my best on every match that I play. I feel like I've showcased it here, but also in the past year since I came back from injury, I've played really high level tennis. I feel definitely comfortable playing slam main draws and more.
It's always great to have a fairy tale story, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's been
good.
that.
He has, and it'll be interesting to hear from him how it feels to play in this kind of version of the men's game. So we're post Federer, post Nadal. There's a little bit of coverage today about the final itself and how badly tennis needs Alcaraz back. The final itself was amazing yesterday, but I think there is some, particularly in the Telegraph here, it's Jeremy Wilson reports on how very, very high technical standard of tennis, but maybe not one for the neutrals because of the personalities on show. So Yannick Sinner, that's his 5th Grand Slam. He's well on his way to becoming a legend of the game early for him now. But it is a little bit, especially for people watching who might not know tennis as well, it's not as attractive as a Federer Nadal one. Do you feel the same, Gabby?
No, 100%, yeah. Sinner's an outstanding player, but lacks that charisma like Alcaraz. And even someone that I used to love, and I don't know where he is now, Curious. You know, just how
I'm shocked that you love Kyrgios, Gabby.
I love
Colour me
everything
shocked.
about him, and when he was playing, I don't know what if he's still playing at the moment, but when he was on and he's like, he gets all the fans involved of like, okay, that guy's going to cause carnage tomorrow.
He was in the doubles this year, fined for swearing at the umpire.
How dare you?
So cracking on from where he left off, basically.
My sort of guy.
But certainly he's the type of person that gets people interested in tennis.
Something different.
Something that Yannick Sinner mentioned as well is that his mum was watching him, and when he went to thank his box at the end, he said that he'd noticed she'd left a couple of times out of stress from watching. You've both got kids.
Yeah.
Gabby, talkSPORT understands that you do some coaching. Is that right?
I try and do a little bit. You know,
little bit of coaching.
Badges, Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
I'm not going to AC Milan.
There you go.
Come with him.
How would you feel if your daughter stepped up for a penalty at a key moment? Would you be watching, eyes covered? Would that make you nervous?
Oh, no, I'll be watching, but definitely nervous. Whenever I watch her play, I've done some coaching for her team, and I'm nervous. I'm at every challenge, every moment. If she makes a mistake, I'm like, head up,
Yeah.
head up. So it's very nerve-wracking.
Learning from Tuchel about how to manage it as well. If your interview post-game, would you be going in on her if she's not performed well?
No,
not
that's something
tough
I
love.
will not do. No. What my dad was so hard on me. I feel like this generation, you got to be a bit softer.
Yeah.
You can do better next time.
The taking part that counts.
Yeah, taking part. Everyone's a winner.
It's not about taking part, is it? It's about winning.
Both teams won in some way.
Yeah, we're not going to be here Thursday morning saying, well, we had a good time, but, you know, it was about football's the real winner here.
Yeah.
Can I ask quickly, have you got a question that we can use for Arthur Ferry? Because you really love your tennis.
What would I like to know about Arthur Ferry?
Unlike Mr. Goldstein, you really love your tennis.
I do love my tennis.
Do you play tennis, Laura?
I do, yes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Amelia Belcher and I played a couple of weeks ago.
Amelia's meant to be good.
She's a lot better than me.
She's a tennis growth. She grew up in the
She's a
tennis
very, very good tennis player. I would just ask him how his life has changed over the course of the past 4 weeks or so. You've gone from being, you know, a challenger to someone who ultimately is carrying the hopes of British tennis at the moment, and what his plans are for the summer.
Making a deal with the new fame.
Yeah, exactly. How do you keep your feet on the ground?
Yes.
Am I doing your job for you?
Yeah,
I'm happy to.
Because you don't really stay to this time normally. I wanted you to do.
Yeah, I'm clocking off early today, so yeah.
Nice to stay to 8 for once.
Yeah.
Explains why you've got such good arms as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. That's
arms. There you go.
I'll beat you though.
Challenge accepted. I mean, you will not be. I'll wipe the floor with you at
It's
tennis.
on.
Yeah,
It's
I'll wipe
on.
the floor with you.
We'll make it happen. Laura Kirk-Francis, thank
Thank you,
you.
Laura.
We will see you back here tomorrow for early breakfast from 5. That was all thanks to Costa Express. Arthur Ferry with us at 9:15 this morning here in the studio. Coming up next, joined live by a man who was in the England squad the last time they were in a semi-final. So can this team go one better? We'll discuss that with Jack Butland after this.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Score a quality morning coffee for the day ahead.
Let's go to Ben. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Ben.
Benny boy.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Ben. We've got to do this quarter-final 11. Let's get it going. Come on.
All right. I've got the Spanish flamenco dance on the wing. Like around defence. Their foot tapping all dazzle their defence and send them sideways.
Yeah, the old flamenco dance.
And yeah.
Dance
The
with
little maverick on the wing. Little maverick on the wing.
Like a flamenco dance.
Yeah.
What are they called? Is it flamenco or is it what is it? Flamenco.
Madame, wait for you to-
Flamenco.
The flamenco.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know you're iconic now, Ben?
No, Ben,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually iconic.
Ben appears every single night at the sports bar,
Every night.
doesn't he?
Without foul.
Yeah. Yeah. Been over a year.
It's been a year. All right, look, the
Yeah.
flamenco dancer on the wing.
Yeah.
Okay, dancing about. Bit of Maverick in there. All right, let's go to Dave. He's a Sunderland fan. Dave?
All right,
Yeah.
Dave-o.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
I'm all right, Dave. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Good. So I'm getting in early with a representative from England who I think can be our captain.
Okay.
And it's St. George himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a leader, warrior. He's up for a battle. He'll put the opposition to the sword.
Mm.
And I think we can play him on the wing.
No, he don't feel like a winger, mate.
Killed a dragon.
Well,
Centre half.
Killed a dragon, didn't he?
Reason being, he's got a good cross, hasn't he, St George?
Okay.
No,
I feel like as a person, like St George feels like a centre half. He feels like a Bobby Moore. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
In the history of football, there may never have been a better player than Edson Arantes de Nascimento. This guy, the most decorated player in World Cup history. Imagine being 17 and playing at a World Cup. Well, not only did Pelé achieve that, he was probably Brazil's best player in 1958, even with a baby face like this. He scored 6 goals in their run to what would be Brazil's first World Cup triumph. Pelé was the talk of world football and was swamped everywhere he went. He was expected to be the main character in Chile 1962 as well, but in just the second group stage game, he tore his calf, and that was his World Cup done. As you can see, Brazil still won it all. 4 years of recovery and rediscovering his magic form in front of goal led to 1966, another tournament that for him wouldn't go to plan. Pelé was targeted by Bulgaria and Portugal in the groups, and after being kicked all over the park by the Portuguese, he eventually had to be carried off the field at Goodison. And that was it. Brazil were knocked out at the group stage for the first and only time. He vowed never to play in a World Cup again, such was his fury at Portugal's antics on Merseyside. But he came back for 1970, where we saw maybe the greatest team in World Cup history. It's actually pretty unanimous. Some say that team brought about the term beautiful game, or jogo bonito in Brazil's native tongue. That team blitzed the competition in Mexico, and it all led to this. Across his career, he scored so many goals, he's even recognised by Guinness as the world record holder. I mean, just look at that. 1,283. Madness. Thanks, Ronnie, we know. At the World Cup, he bagged 12 in 14 games. I mean, talk about a strike rate. Around the world, we all debate our country's greatest player. In Brazil, they debate who's second, behind the only man to have won 3 World Cups, a man who they call O Rei, the king.
Good morning to you. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. So there's only one place to start this morning. Jude Bellingham's brilliant brace in England to only their 4th ever World Cup semi-final after the 2-1 victory against Norway. Here's how it all sounded for you live here on talkSPORT.
After Mexico, England stare wide-eyed at potential glory. But their path towards the Final Four has to withstand the Viking invasion. Another ball through the penalty area is in. It's 1-0 Norway. Shelter up with an absolute stunner. England on the front foot here. Gordon, that's better. Bellingham taking it on. Bellingham, yes, 1-1. England out of nothing, back on level terms before half-time.
Jude Bellingham has saved us again. I mean, there's a lot of work for Thomas Tuchel to do.
Pickford comes out, punches it clear, comes back out for Aherne, back through a crowd, headed over the bar. Morgan Rogers coming onto it, right footing, good try, spilled by the goalkeeper, and bundled in. England lead, it is Jude Bellingham. lights are up, and England are in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
The Jude Bellingham show once again as Brace got England into the semi-finals with a 2-1 extra time victory over Norway. But the news and the win has been overshadowed by this war of words, shall we call it, between Bellingham and Thomas Tuchel. Well, the Norwegians are furious about French referee Clément Turpin's officiating, but who cares?
Yeah.
England are in a World Cup semi-final.
Row yourself home.
Absolutely live on talkSPORT, 8 p.m. against Argentina on Wednesday.
Row. Bye-bye.
They're always getting a wee bit old.
Yeah, it was getting boring.
I was like, do something else.
Yeah,
You
boring.
know.
Go on.
Throw an axe or something. Do
Off
something.
you go. Off you bop.
Yeah, so how will the players be preparing for this one then? We can bring in a man who was part of England's last squad when they reached a World Cup semi-final in 2018. Former England keeper Jack Butland is with us now. Good morning, Jack. How are you?
Morning, Jack.
Good morning, guys. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Jack. Good to see you. Where did you watch the game? Are you excited with this win?
I was at home. It's not quite exciting, is it? It's nerve-wracking. It is nerve-wracking, but we got the job done, which is the most important thing.
I felt so nervous, mate, after the sore off should have squared it to Haaland chance and the one off the bar. But talk to me from a goalkeeper, Jack. The first goal, obviously, for Norway, a bit of a fluke goal, reminding me of Ronaldinho, 2002 goal. What's you going through your head in those sort of moments, if you could think of Jordan Pickford?
It is such, and I know you're going to back him up. Yeah, I am, because it is such a difficult one to deal with.
Mate, I'm 100% not his fault. No way.
It's the only one you can't prepare for. So he's in a good position for the cutback. He's in a good position for a strike on goal, a normal strike on goal.
Mm-hmm.
But one to get to that far above him and into the top corners, you cannot prepare for that. And you cannot take up a position to prevent that. If you do, you're going to give up something else. So it's one of those where I think he'll look back and he'll go, look, as a team, we got away with it. It doesn't matter. For him, I really don't know what more he could have done positionally to stop it. It's in those moments as a keeper, you just want your team to dig you out, and Jude popped up with 2 goals and did just that.
What's it like as well? I totally agree on that, mate. I wasn't saying that he should have saved it. It was a fluke goal, nothing he can do. But what do you think of the performance from Bellingham? I mean, there was other top performances like Konsa, Anderson, but to have a player like him, Jack, as a goalkeeper, as a teammate, how do those players feel having someone so clutch like Bellingham out there?
It's exactly that. He puts the team on his back, like Harry has done multiple times. And this is the thing with it: we're going to get really heavy on Jude over the next few days about what he's done, and expect it again on Wednesday night against Argentina. And of course we expect, but it's up for everyone else to step up as well. It's a major tournament where the only thing that matters is winning, and how you get there and who does it is irrelevant. So we've got star players. I'm sure they'll step up. I'm sure they'll be ready for it. But having a player like Jude, having people like Harry as well in there that can do that have just got that stone cold mentality to go and win you a game. And he is a match winner. And we are very, very fortunate to have a few of them.
I've got a funny feeling, Jack, that this game could go to penalties. How much preparation do you think the team are doing right now before the game?
They will be doing a lot. If it's anything like the group we're going into the 2018, it was something that we spoke about as being, well, if we want to win a World Cup, what are the little 1% that we need to make up on? It was England, we haven't scored enough set plays in World Cups and major tournaments. So that was something that we really focused on. We got brilliant at. You know that you're going to have to win penalty shootouts if you're going to win a tournament. It's really unlikely that you won't face one. We spent every day doing it. So if it's anything like that, and the way that the guys are in that change room, they'll either be practicing on their own, or it'll be a team focusing, and they'll be doing plenty of homework and working hard at it. That's for sure. They'll be ready.
How do you feel about Jordan Pickford then going into penalties? Say it happens against Argentina, because I mean, I think he's still so underrated, Pickford, and I don't know if that's it's no disrespect towards Everton. If he was playing at maybe a Big 4 or Big 6 team, would he be considered differently? But if he's to win in penalties against Argentina, or say in a final, he goes down as the greatest England goalkeeper of all time. He'd be one of them.
He will do. To be honest, it will be. People keep trying to make an argument for reasons why he can't be. No, I'm sure back in the day, there was no reasons why Gordon Banks wasn't, why Shilton wasn't, why people are always going to make reasons why you can't. But the numbers and the performances are stacking up in his favour, and eventually it's going to be a non-discussion. If we can go ahead and win a major tournament, then for me the argument pretty much ends.
Jack, let's say this happens, right? Semi-final on Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
Penalty shootout. Some of our top penalty takers, they're not available. Have they come off? Have they had cramp? Does Pickford take a penalty before some of the others? Because me personally, love Dan Burn, but he could be on the pitch. I would want Pickford to take one before Dan Burn. Do you think that happens?
He'd happily take one. I think he would. He's taken one before, hasn't he? In the Nations League. Technically brilliant. The discussion is just whether it's a distraction for him in the goal. I've taken a couple before in my career, thankfully scored them both in shootouts, but does it distract you from what you need to do? I mean, I'd like to think that no matter the 11 on the pitch, if that gets to that stage, that I'll be able to be pretty confident over anyone. And if you're speaking about Dan, can he head it in? I don't know. Is he allowed to head it? Is he allowed to head it in?
But what if though, Jack? Though you know that like everything's stats now, they have it all in front of them. Who's our best penalty takers? And if Pickford is one of the best 5 penalty takers available, then surely you just do it. You know.
I think the bigger question is more: do you want to take one? I think you can go into the stats. You can go and say, in training throughout the last month, so and so is the top penalty taker, but. Well, in training in front of just your mates and things like that is one thing. You're trying to practice your technique. You're trying to decide the penalty you want to take. But when it comes to it and that final whistle goes and it's right, you need to now score a penalty to win a semi-final for your team or a final, whatever it may be, you'd rather go for someone that is going to feel a lot more comfortable, someone that can handle that situation. For some people in that moment, they don't want it. And you don't want that person.
Pickford strikes me as the kind of energy who would want it.
A few German players never wanted a penalty.
Well,
you don't want that where they're getting pushed into it, like you're taking one, and he's not ready for it. That's when you get issues, I think.
Jack, do you think this team now is in a better position to get to a final than what you guys were in 2018?
It's difficult to say, not being in there. What I will say from what I can see about this group is the belief looks as high, if not higher than what it did then. I think because of the consistency of what they've been producing in major tournaments. 2018 was sort of like the first time we'd done it in a long time. So there was a lot of new feelings. We were sort of on a path from re-engaging the fans, trying to really get us focused on what the goal was again. Whereas now we've done it multiple World Cups, multiple Euros. So now they're getting a feeling that we keep doing it. We keep getting there. We're knocking on the door and getting closer. So I would say that the belief is probably higher because they've got the confidence that they can do it now. Whereas 2018 was sort of the first time in a long time. Whereas now it's definitely a case of, well, we've been in this position 3-4 times now. So we can kick on, we can go to the next level. So I'm sure that'll be the feeling. And performance-wise, who cares? Who cares? Exactly. It's knockout football. It's about winning games, and they're certainly showing an ability right now to win games, and that's all that matters.
Jack, I know you would have seen the comments from Thomas Tuchel after the game, and then Jude Bellingham's comments. What do you think that reaction would have been like in the change room afterwards, and maybe today they're doing recovery and stuff? Do you reckon it's nothing?
Nothing. I think there was a clip that came out earlier on in the tournament. I can't remember after which game, or it might have even been pre-camp, where the manager says, if there's any feelings, get them out. Get them out. Tell me. Don't wait. Don't just tell me. There's a clip going around. So Gabby, from being in those change rooms, if you've got everybody on the same page, thinking the same thing all the time, it's probably not a good thing. You need one or two that, and I'm not saying they disagreed. You've also got someone asking Jude a question that he hasn't heard himself. He hasn't heard actually exactly what the manager said.
Exactly.
And has obviously been asked to respond on it. So your emotions after the game, maybe he felt, and all Jude cared about was a result, which the manager also cares about more than anything. But it's the manager is in his right to say whether he thinks things should be better. And I'm sure if he felt it should have been better, he would have told the boys in the change room as well. So for me, it's a complete non-starter. We're just doing what we do as fans and media, trying to make a big deal of it. But for me, it's nothing at all.
Jack,
I'm sure
I
they
want
would
to ask you about you, mate. You obviously moved from Rangers to Hull. How's pre-season going? I don't know if you could tell Shebann's energy's been a bit off as a Celtic fan. Yeah, have you noticed?
Yeah. No, I haven't actually. I think she's been very professional. Very professional.
I like you, Jack.
He's trying to stir the pot.
Rangers anymore.
How's it going though, mate? How's the bike?
It was tough. It was a bike and skier on Friday, which wasn't very fun. So I've been feeling it a bit on the weekend, but it's all good. All good. We're
excited for the season, mate.
Really kicking off today, so I'm about to head on in and get started. So looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting one.
It will be. And good luck for next season as well, Jack.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you'll have an eye on the road up in Scotland
always,
as well.
Always. I'll be watching.
I'll
be watching.
Jack, good luck to you.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Former England keeper there, Jack Butland, with us this morning.
That's what I do.
I literally.
I just noticed.
I was like, what? Is my energy up? Jack Butland there with us this morning. Coming up, we'll get Gabby's thoughts on the news that Villa have hijacked a Newcastle signing.
That's what we do, mate.
That's coming up for you on World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT Morning. Newcastle's summer exodus is set to reach a crisis point. Sean, you'll have heard this news. Sandro Tonali, Anthony Gordon, of course, already out the door. Club captain and fan favourite Bruno Guimaraes has reportedly informed the hierarchy that he wants to join champions Arsenal, with another star player forcing his way out. Darren Bent raised serious concerns about what this loss could mean for Eddie Howe next season.
Yeah, I do feel for Eddie Howe. I really do, because again, if Bruno leaves tonight, he's obviously gone to Tottenham as well. Isaac, they just haven't been able to kind of recruit the players in certainly the quality that they've lost. And you look at what they've bought some of these players for. Isaac, was it 60 million? They're selling for 120. Like tonight, they bought him for a fee. They're selling for more. So clearly, he's improving these players. But at some point, I think if Newcastle do want to go to the next level, they've got. I know it's hard with the PSR and the financial fair play, but if they do want to go to the next level and then stay there, they've got to find a way of holding on to some of these players.
Oh, look at Darren and his floral number. Watching on the smart TV, I like that. Sure. Do you have sympathy for Eddie Howe in this situation? The latest is that Bruno has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, but Newcastle's stance is that he remains not for sale.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's really tough, and the challenge that you have is not just if one of your big players goes at any football club, at any level really. People understand there's a time and a place. When two go, that can make other players a bit itchy and a bit nervy. And then if three go, all of a sudden they go, hang on a minute, who are we bringing in? And I think they're right on that cusp. I don't know their situation at PSR, but I've been through that obviously in my time at Everton, so I know how dangerous that can be. But I think losing the players of that quality, I think that's really tough on Eddie, and I think he's done a great job there. So hopefully, I mean, look, you never know on the other side of that. Good people in their recruitment there. They've shown that over the years, so they might have people lined up, don't forget. So these things can twist very quickly when you get a freshness in the camp and a newness and some quality, and all of a sudden.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
can come true. Emery, we're all with you. Know you gotta spend money. I know you gotta catch Arsenal. Dreams can come true. PSI, I hate you. Let us spend some money. Let us buy some good players.
PSR what, Shebahn? No one's moaning this morning. Aston Villa hijacking Newcastle's deal for Manzambi, 20-year-old centre midfielder from Freiburg, Swiss international. Newcastle or Villa? I'll come to Villa. Bigger club.
I've got a bit of a sympathy going on for Newcastle at the moment. Another summer of drama.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's a shame.
Imagine, it's like they're going on, they're trying to get dates, and it's like, no, don't want to date with you. Don't want to date you. No, that's a better date.
Swipe.
That's a better date. That's a better date. Maybe I could. No.
You're being disrespectful to Newcastle,
Oh,
Gabby.
sorry.
You're being very
Sorry.
disrespectful here.
Not for me. That's not a shock anymore. Okay.
I can't stand this job anymore.
They're just missing out on everyone.
I know. It's a good team as well. 2 seasons in the Champions League. Win a trophy. We could do.
There's levels, Aston Villa, Newcastle. There's levels, Shebahn. Yeah.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Well, I'm just saying, big club. This one European trophy, Champions League football again.
Okay.
You know what I mean, manager, best manager in the Premier League.
Do you like the look of this guy?
I like him a lot. He's the real deal, Shebahn.
You're away with the fairies this morning, Gabby. Speaking of money, we're celebrating England's win here at talkSPORT Towers, and to make things even better, we have £26,000 up for grabs for you. If you've not been on holiday this summer, are you looking to get away?
Please.
You want to pay off a debt? 26 grand could be yours in cash, completely tax-free. Is it coming home? Well, it definitely could be for you. Here's how you can enter. Head to talksportwin.com now. talksportwin.com, and you're in with a chance of winning 26k. Yes, please. Time now to get the latest odds with Coral and Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to reward the fans this summer. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Simon.
Morning, Simon.
Good morning, Shebahn. Good morning, Gabby. How are we doing this Monday morning?
Very well, mate. Very well.
You planning a little steak and Malbec date with Amy on Wednesday?
Names.
I'm actually over in over in Gibraltar on Wednesday for a work meeting, much too badly organised actually. But so I'll be watching it with my colleagues over in Gibraltar in the sunshine.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, well, there's worse ways of doing it, that's for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah. Okay, so here we go then. England, Argentina, crunch match, classic, generational. How are the odds looking for it?
We're favourites, surely.
We are favourites. Yeah, look, I mean, just it's funny sometimes you have to sort of pause and reflect. You think back to before the tournament and when people were asked about, expectations, hopes for England, I think an awful lot of people quite pragmatically were saying, they may be quarterfinals, that last 16 battle with Mexico and the Azteca could be their undoing, the heats, and actually, we've gone through the ringer as always, and yet here we are in a semi-final. I think sometimes just to get this far, I think is in itself an amazing achievement. I know you've been talking about this morning. Well, they're now the second favourites, or joint second favourites, to win the World Cup at 100-30. Remember, they started the tournament about 7-1. They did drift out to 9-1 after the draw with Ghana. They're 100-30. France, the hot favourites, at 6-4. Spain also 100-30. And Argentina, actually the outsiders, at 4-1. And that comes back to your point, Gabs. England are favourites to beat Argentina. It's close. It's 8-11 England to get to the final. Even money Argentina. The 90-minute betting again just slightly skewed in England's favour. But that suggests another tight game, an extra time. Yes. England to win, an extra time, 10-1, 12-1 Argentina. Yeah. We haven't had a penalty shootout.
I know.
Is this the one?
I can see such a tight game, mate. I really can, and we can't forget Argentina's fight, desire. They've got Messi. Like we've seen the tournament he's had as well. But the little things like the aircon stadium change the odds as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be too hot for the players. That'll suit us more than Argentina.
I think that's massive. I agree. I mean, we've come through. I mean, listen, coming through that Mexico adversity, the atmosphere, the altitude in a weird way, not playing quite as much as then the last game. You were conscious always just to remember you can't feed it through the TV. We were being told how the heat and and then Jude Bellingham's interview. I know it wasn't the greatest. Probably I'm with you, Gabby, on the questions, but he said it, didn't he? He said it was tough out there. This will help them. The other thing is, I suppose, about the two semis. You got France and Spain. France are looking unbelievable, and Spain probably their biggest threat potentially. And then you got the fighters and the battlers in the other semi-final because you think our route to the semi-final has been tough. Argentina have seriously done it the hard way, haven't they? And they've relied on Messi magic moments. We've relied on Bellingham and Kane. Who's going to come out on top? I mean, Messi's 11-8 to score at any time, Kane 6-4 at any time. They're the two big goal-scoring hopes. But, I mean, Shebahn, are you dusting off the Argentina shirt? You must have one in the locker somewhere.
English kids she's got, Simon. She wouldn't dare upset the kids.
Well, you know. Top four seeds all in the semi-finals. It's anyone's now, really. I mean, for me, coming into it, I've said it before, I'll say it again, England were my favourites coming into this tournament, as were Argentina.
Yeah.
So France, they look like the best team. Yes. But you'll know this, Gabby. It's knockout football. It's
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
VAR, penalty, or red card, or you can see.
I think Argentina will be fearing no one because they're current champions and. You know, they like a wee bit of the dark arts as well, you know.
What about sorry, what about Golden Boot now?
Yeah,
how's that looking? Is Bellingham up there with the odds as would have it? Honestly, when you go and see all your friends in Gibraltar, you're going to say that, like, can we get the
Here
odds
we go.
ready?
Here we go.
Honestly, Simon.
He's got it.
Here we go. 5-6 Kylian Mbappe. It's 6-4 Lionel Messi and 11-1 Harry Kane. 16-1 Bellingham.
What's Bellingham's?
16-1 yeah.
Ooh, it's got every chance, mate.
They're all in there. Listen, talk to us then about the race and what's coming up today, Simon.
Yeah, listen, just a sort of more parochial matters, but very important for the Coral Racing Club. Are free to join Racing Club. It's obviously another hot day in store, but it's on the all weather at Lingfield today. Much nicer for the horses rather than the sort of firmer ground. And we've got a horse called Greek Symphony. It's only her third start for Oliver Cole. Trains in Lambourne. She's come third, then second. So naturally, you'd like to think now it's the time to have a first in that running order. And she's a 4-1 chance. Just the 5 runners. That's the 5-10 at Lingfield. She'd have a decent little chance. We've got some of our members who've won the chance to own her for the day down at Lingfield, and they'll keep 10% of any prize money she'll win. So, and I'm not that far away. I think I'll work from home today. Slip down there at around 4 o'clock.
I think people should work from home, mate. Alan's big on that as well.
You're
Simon.
working from home, Simon.
Alan's big on that, Simon. Working from home, he hates. You've got to get in for all the coffee shops around and stuff. They need the service, mate.
Exactly. No, you've got to work with that. Yes, I pop down to the coffee shop in Perth even when I'm working from home. It's fine. I can still invest in my local community. And Lingfield, I'll go and spend some money there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're spreading the love of the money
around. Probably. Kind of in the office at the racecourse. Simon Clare, thank you. We'll speak to you later.
Thanks, guys.
All the best. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+ BigGambleAware.org coming up next with English football seemingly peaking right now with a World Cup semi-final. What on earth has happened to English cricket? We focus on that next after the news broke that Brendan McCullum has been sacked.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to reward the fans this summer. 18+ GambleAware.org.
I mean, as recently as 2024, Bruno Touzazol, he told everybody who cared to listen what he wanted to achieve at Newcastle.
I never said that I would like to leave. Since I signed for the club, I always said I want to put my name in the club history, and nothing changed. Nothing changed for me. It is keeping going. I still want to win some trophy for me. When I signed for the club, I said I want to play Champions League, and everyone said that I was crazy. And we got it. Now I wanna be in Champions League again. I wanna win something for the club. I think the fans deserve. We are worked so hard to get it. So this is still my dream.
And then a year later, Simon, they win the Carabao Cup. And Bruno says, "This is my second home. We're making history. Someday, when I leave this club, I want the fans to sing my name the way they do Alan Shearer." I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, look, first and foremost, ask yourself the question, why are these players suddenly all deserting the sinking ship? It's not a sinking ship, but it doesn't appear to be a particularly ambitious one. It doesn't appear to have an ownership model that everyone thought was going to change the whole direction of football. Oh my God, we've just sold to a nation state, one of the richest nation states, and look what they're going to do to football. But they haven't done anything. They're going to buy everybody. They're going to buy Ronaldo. They're going to buy Messi. They're going to have this player here, that player, this player, you know, and they haven't. Yeah. They bought a bunch of players that to some extent, they've gone and made better. And these players are now doing what every player does, which is go, Liverpool.
Yes.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid. And that's what Newcastle have found themselves in a position of doing. So ask yourself the question, despite the vilification of a player that 2 years ago said he wanted to stay, nothing lasts forever. He's done his 2 years. He is entitled to leave. How he leaves is the key component part of this. But also, why? Why are Newcastle now a place where people want to leave from?
Yeah.
And that's the problem Eddie Howe's got. That's the problem that Matey Boy that says that to everyone they're going to win the league by 2030.
Yeah.
Those are the challenges that they've got.
What happened in Belo Horizonte in 2014 is the stuff of legend. The Brazilians slapped 7-1 in their own country in a World Cup semi-final. But something else historic happened that day. Going into the last four match, Miroslav Klose was tied with R9 for the most World Cup goals scored. The record was 15, and Klose had matched that in the groups. With this being his last World Cup, he was running out of time. The 36-year-old had started a majority of Germany's games, but it wasn't quite clicking. Come the semi-final, he was determined to get the job done and in front of the Brazilian fans. And this was the moment. 23 minutes in. Thomas Muller peeled in from the left, laid it off, and after Klose's first shot was saved, the follow-up was fired in. And just look what it meant. The record was his. 16 goals across 4 tournaments, and the phenomenon that was Ronaldo Nazario de Lima was bumped into second place. All of Klose's doubters silenced. Germany scored another 5 goals. The home fans were in tears, and it became perhaps the most famous scoreline in World Cup history. In amongst all that, Klose's record-breaking moment often goes forgotten. But when you think of the players below him on the list, individual achievements don't get much better.
Good morning, you're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor. We're here with you with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best at used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out the website for more details. We will focus on the cricket in just a moment, but firstly, plans for a 64-team Men's World Cup are set to be assessed after the 2026 tournament, with FIFA boss Gianni Infantino saying the event needs to be for the whole world. Gabby, do you think it was better than a 48 team to stop the sporadic third place finishes? Did you prefer it this way?
Listen, I wasn't before it started, but I've really enjoyed this World Cup, and I thought teams like Cape Verde will get beat 7-0 by Spain, and they got a 0-0. So the lesser teams, maybe not as good teams, I'd say, have done better than what I thought. So I think it's been fine. I was worried about seeing a lot of big scores against some of the teams, which we haven't really seen, apart from a few.
If it goes to 64 teams, the pressure on us to get out the group.
I know.
He's a break.
No, you'll still have a national holiday getting out of the group. No, but I think how it is now, I can't see getting any more teams, but it has worked.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like Scotland were there another tournament ago. It
Of
was
course.
that
But
long
look at
ago.
what he's done as well for countries like Curacao, 168,000 population, Cape Verde.
Yeah.
You know, these nations, what he's done for their country, amazing.
In a way it is then for the world, isn't it?
Of course, 100%. Yeah, just a shame Infantino ruined it in a way.
Okay. Well, we'll put that on paper and pass it on to him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll care.
Fax that to his office. Now, Bazball has been officially over as Brendan McCullum was dismissed as England's Test coach, with Andy Flower, the leading candidate to replace him. It's been all over the headlines on the back pages this morning. Baz binned as Test Supremo, Test cull cutting for Baz, and it's Bazball over. The Kiwi was sacked following a brutal 4-1 Ashes humiliation and a miserable run of 7 defeats in his last 9 tests. But will he continue in his role as white ball head coach? For more on this now, we can get the thoughts of 2-time Ashes winner Steve Harmison with us this morning. Good morning, Steve.
Morning, Harmy.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Shebahn. How are we?
We're great, buddy. Yeah, really, really good, thanks. I mean, a dramatic old period for you in terms of the cricket.
Yeah, it's had a quiet time because England were winning, and the Bazball was off the sort of the back pages. But it's the right time. I think if we're really being brutally honest, I think quite a few people would have said it probably should have happened after the Ashes. It is a fallout from what happened in the Ashes. But unfortunately, in English cricket, I think the problem that once you made Brendan McCullum red ball and white ball coach, the window of change is very, very difficult with the schedule that England have as a all-format team. So, what I mean by that is the minute the Ashes was over, there was a white ball series, then there was a World Cup, then they were in Sri Lanka. So, and then all of a sudden they're straight into Test match cricket. So this is probably the right window, and I think a lot of change now will happen in English cricket around about when the 100 starts, because it gives the management bosses a month to sort of make the sort of contingencies, which it looks like, and hopefully it will be Andy Flower.
Harmy, new manager coach comes in. How far are we away from being one of the best in the world again?
I think in a Test match team, I think we're a long way, Gabby. Unfortunately, because I think we've lost Ben Stokes. So if I'm trying to put it, I'll try and sort of see it in football terms when it comes to sort of talking on our platforms. And you're losing Harry Kane, you're losing Jude Bellingham, you're losing your man that balances the attack, and that's somebody that can bat in the top 6 and be passed as a batter, the bowler, who inspires the team. And I think now Ben's gone, I think there is a little bit of a rebuild. It doesn't take much to get back up to third. We're 7th in the World Test Championship points, in the world rankings for whatever if that's what it's classed as. We can get to third very, very quickly. But the reason why Brendan's lost his job is we've played some very, very good cricket over 4 years. We've been he came into the team when England had won 1 test in 17. It was a suffocated side who were a little bit frightened, a little bit timid when it came to playing the game. And he turned England into sort of Keegan's entertainers in the 90s. But as a Newcastle fan, we didn't win anything. And unfortunately for Brendan, he's paid the price, because he would be third and we will be third because we didn't beat India and Australia. And unfortunately, that's culminated with Brendan losing his job.
Any chance Ben Stokes could return now, Harmy? Any little chance?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
I really don't, because he's stubborn. I've not been since he was 15. He's very stubborn. I don't see Ben coming back in this. And I think when you dissect everything that's happened with Ben, I don't think it's a problem with Brendan McCullum, really. I mean, there'll be issues there.
Yeah.
Not an issue with this. I think the Ben Stokes stuff is possibly an issue with higher above. Possibly not even Rob Key. I think there's Ben and the ECB, I think, have been on a collision course since 2018 with the Bristol incident. And I just think Ben's fighting for the ECB and fighting against the ECB. I think that was at a point where he's no return. He said he was gone to the well and fought to get himself back in a position to play. Just that one too many times. He didn't have any fight in him. And I think part of that fight was possibly with the highest of hierarchy. And that's why I'd be very, very surprised if Ben Stokes ever comes back to play cricket for England.
Isn't it funny, like, talking to two sportsmen here, how everybody on the outside wants everyone to be best friends, even though they just work together. They've gone into a workplace, everyone wants on the outside Ben Stokes and McCullum to be absolutely on the same page at every given point. It's the same with the Bellingham and Tuchel stuff this morning. Yet everyone's just doing their jobs. They do not have to agree with everything and be best friends, for the sake of how it looks for the public, if everyone's still doing their job. But the point here is then that Baz Ball then started to fail, ultimately.
Yeah, and I think Baz Ball failed because it didn't fail. I've heard a lot of people talk about Baz Ball failing. I'll come on to what you say, and I think you're right when it comes to the sort of dressing rooms. I mean, Shebahn, what you're describing there is the perfect blue sky, but unfortunately, like I had, and I know for a fact Gabby had, it's when you put egos in the system and you put egos in dressing rooms, and all of a sudden, if you've got 15 or 16 of them, then it is a difficult thing to manage, and that ultimately is what you get paid for as a coach. And I think Brendan was very, very good at managing egos. I just think, unfortunately, I think when it come down to it, we lost against the bigger sides. I don't have a problem with arguments. I mean, some of my best friends that I play cricket with, I think if you came in the dressing room at lunch and tea time on difficult days, you'd think we'd never be best friends again, the amount of abuse we'd throw at each other, because we're trying to do the best for a team and do our best for our jobs. But unfortunately, if you don't put it to one side and you move on and you think that this is the best thing to happen for the team, then things can fester and linger. So I think I love the Tuchel and Bellingham stuff. I think Ben and Brendan have had a little bit of a disagreement, but I don't think it was out of hand. But I think when it comes to it, I think just the whole thing of England's results recently, and basically the Ashes, has cost Brendan McCullum his position as Red Bull coach.
Tell us about Andy Flower then. What can we expect from him? You're happy with this appointment?
If we can get him, yes.
Yeah, if it's to happen.
If we can get him, Shebahn, yes. I mean, Andy Flower's just won the IPL twice. I played under Andy right at the end of my career. I think Andy's a great man. I think he's a fantastic coach. I think he's different. And then he is... There's a lot of similarities towards Andy Flower and Thomas Tuchel, where Andy Flower's not, where Thomas Tuchel's more in-your-face, vocal, out there, as in he's driving the message, and he's you can see from a sideline he's in the huddle and he's the man in charge in that. But he's challenging his players. He's challenging Jude Bellingham. He's challenging his players, where Andy will challenge his players in a different way. Be a little bit more quieter. He's very, very reserved. I think he's a lot different to the coach that coached England to the best team in the world. He coached England to the best team in the world in 2011 to 2013. And I think now he's won the IPL twice. He's worked with some unbelievable superstar icon players. I think he is the perfect man to come in now, but he hasn't said yes yet. And it'll be interesting. There are other runners and riders. I think if Andy Flower says no, which there's a possibility, then I think England should look at someone like Richard Dawson, who's done a fantastic job at Glamorgan, played for England. He is somebody who is not a big fashionable name, but I think this team needs a little bit of coaching. It needs a lot more direction, and I think in a tactical sense, and I think in an environment which I think would suit someone like Richard Dawson, along with someone like Jonathan Trott, who he works closely with. So they're the two I think, if England can't get Andy Flower, then I think they should look at someone like Richard Dawson.
By the way, if you just joined us now, Harmy, you will have missed Gabby earlier on celebrating the fact that Newcastle have lost out to your man Zambi. How do you feel about that? It's a tough old summer for you lot.
It's been a difficult summer. It has. There's time yet. I'm sure. It's always the same. When that player signs on a bit of paper and he's stood in whatever stadium with a shirt on, then you realise that he has either left you or he's come to you. But I think there is time yet. There is a lot of, obviously, things going on at Newcastle. It's disappointing that to hear the noises about Grameres. I think Tonali was a good deal for Newcastle.
It's
I think
that's frustrating though, Harmy. I mean, like if I was a Newcastle fan, I would have looked at like the ownership coming in, and I would have thought, yes, it's go time now. We're going to get all the best players, and now you see like Isak left, and you see Tonali's left, and Grameres might leave, and now this Gordon's left. They need to get some real good business done, don't they, mate?
They do, but they need to get players that want to play for the club.
Agreed.
You're a Villa fan. You've got Villa. I mean, tattoo on your chest and your heart. You bleed Aston Villa. Newcastle, unfortunately, you don't always have players that will do that for clubs, and it's unfortunately the supporters that for are the ones that forego the heartache and the heartbreak of these sort of decisions. So we want players to play for Newcastle.
Spot on, mate.
Where Bruno Guimaraes has gone with Newcastle over the course of the last 4 years, the way he's been our talisman, he's priceless to Newcastle. He's got a fee that I think he can go for, and I think it's a lot more than what Arsenal have been shown at. But his value to Newcastle is priceless. The moments that he's had for Newcastle, the way he leads the club, the way he drives the message of Newcastle United, that you can't put a figure on that because he's 29-year-old. He's losing his legs a little bit. He's not the force he was 3 years ago when he first came.
Fair.
Yeah. I tell you what, he is priceless in big moments for that stadium and for them supporters. And you know what? If he does leave, I mean, there was a statue going up with Bruno Guimaraes outside St James's Park next to Sir Alan Shearer, I reckon, in 5 to 10 years' time.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, it might just be Eddie Howe's that's going up now because of for Eddie Howe to navigate these next choppy waters and come off and with a little bit of success. He'll have done an unbelievable job. It's unfortunately Shebahn and Gabby, like where Newcastle and Aston Villa are as a club. I think at the top of the Premier League, it's an events company that keeps 6 clubs very, very happy. A bit like the ICC cricket.
Yeah.
And the other 14 have just got to play by the rules, unfortunately.
Spot on, Harmy. With you, mate.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, and good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you, pal.
Cheers, good morning.
Take care.
Man.
Thanks, Harmy. Steve Harmison there. 2-time Ashes winner. Still to come for you on breakfast this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarx Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarx.
Looking forward to this. The man who completely took SW19 by storm, British wildcard and Wimbledon semi-final hero Arthur Ferry is going to be live here in the studio with us very soon. And England fans, we want to hear from you this morning after Jude Bellingham's brace. Is he England's greatest ever big game player? And how are you feeling ahead of this clash against arch rivals Argentina? 03717 223344 is the number. Pick up the phone, call us now if you want to have your say this morning. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With pay-as-you-go hire from Travis Perkins, you can get straight on with the job. Available nationwide at all hire branches.
I think you're underestimating Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, you can look at the figures and say, yeah, not brilliantly impressive. But every Newcastle fan will tell you he's the heartbeat of their team.
That's Newcastle, though, Jeff. Jeff, we're not Newcastle United.
Oh,
right?
Joe, don't be arrogant. Do not be arrogant, pal.
What do you mean not be arrogant? We're Premier League champions. I'm not saying I don't want him at the club.
You're Premier League champions now. You're Premier League champions now. Let's come on in 12 months' time and find out if you're going to say the same thing if you're not Premier League champions then.
Jeff, of course we're Premier League champions. We just won it a few months ago. Come on, So you got to give us a bit of time. What I'm saying is, good player, but I don't want him to be the marquee signing. If he is the marquee signing, I'm going to be upset.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, shouldn't you be worried? You're talking about marquee signings. Aren't you concerned about financial fair play, or the equivalent of as it is now? And you busting the rules.
Get rid of everyone you need to get rid of to make it happen. Because if you're spending 60 million on a player, then that means people need to go as well, right? Get rid of... We've just spoken about Norgard. If you don't like him, get rid of
Trossard,
him.
Gabriel Jesus.
We're hearing Trossard. Get rid of all of them. To be fair, I do like Trossard. And if it was up to me, I'd get rid of Martinelli instead. But get rid of who you need to get rid of. Then we can start talking business. But this better not be the marquee signing.
I do the marquee signing, but I agree that Arsenal need a left winger. Do you know what I mean? Don't spend 80 million on Guimaraes and then you can't afford to go and buy, like, if Barcola's available, for instance, Joel, and he's worth 100, You know, you need a top left winger, don't you, on that side?
100%. And that's what I want to see. I want to see someone. Look, the reality is if Marcus Rashford was available at a good price, I would probably go for him. As long as...
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT's World Cup Breakfast. Very smug England fan next to me in the studio here today.
Who's that?
That's you, pal.
Oh. Did you know Jude Bellingham was named the Bundesliga Player of the Season, the 2022-2023 campaign?
I do now.
There you go. There you go. He's all over it, or Gabby.
Whatever.
What do we know? That's Monday morning. World number one, Yannick Sinner retained his Wimbledon title with a 4-set victory over French Open champion Alexander Zverev. If you have just joined us, the Wimbledon fairy tale story, the man behind it, Arthur Ferry, is going to be with us in the studio very soon. Plans for a 64-team Men's World Cup are set to be assessed after the 2026 tournament. FIFA boss Gianni Infantino saying the event needs to be for the whole world.
Of everyone.
Of everyone. More the merrier.
Make it a 3-month World Cup. Why not?
It's the taking part that counts. And police are on high alert in and around the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta ahead of England's World Cup semi-final against Argentina on Wednesday. Live for you here, talkSPORT. 8 o'clock kickoff, build up from 7. Back in the studio now to tell us more about this is talkSPORT presenter reporter Max Scott.
Yes, so the UK Football Policing Unit, which is essentially like a liaison organisation to help local police with England fans and make sure that it all goes fluidly. They have been briefing police in Atlanta, which of course is the host of that semi-final with England and Argentina, about the history between the two nations, whether that's the Falklands War in 1982, the Hand of God incident in 1986, just so that people on the ground understand the tension between the two nations. Obviously, we want this to be solely about football, Kane against Messi and Bellingham, etc. But there have already been some violent incidents, some clashes between fans. One in a stadium where there's a punch-up between an England fan and 3 Argentinians. And then...
What game was that? I was trying to
think
out
that
what
was a
game
Norway game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so... And then also a video of a clash on the streets between Argentina fans and England fans. So it's already... There's been a couple of sort of distasteful scenes. So the police are being briefed there. The police in Atlanta are putting more boots on the ground, more funding to help police this. There's going to be 75,000 fans at the game. It's going to be a 50-50 split. And despite FIFA saying that this is a World Cup with no politics, you know, England fans being told to have no chance about Keir Starmer, no flags with remembering any servicemen or women, the Argentina team have been already heard in the changing room chanting about the Falklands before the England game. There's been no punishment. Argentina, of course, have got history with derogatory chants aimed at France that we saw previously. And so there's already some of this tension bubbling up. So it's one to watch out for. More police on the ground, but already some tension on the ground in Atlanta.
It's bars as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, around Atlanta as well, where fans can't get tickets. That's the problem as well, isn't it?
All right. Okay, we'll keep you posted on that. Max Scott, as ever, thank you very much for that update. It's time now to round up all the latest tournament action with Burger King.
The Breakfast Briefing on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
So World Cup semi-finals will pit England against Argentina and 2018 winners France against reigning European champions Spain in Dallas. That's Tuesday night. Both of these, of course, live for you here on talkSPORT. Gabby, right now, who would you rather play in the final?
I'd rather play Spain, 100%.
Yeah. What is it about Spain? It's just not been quite...
No, it's not really been like... They've not stood out really many games
this tournament. They're not conceding, though.
Yeah, they're not conceding. But you look at the teams that they've played at times, you know, there hasn't been the quality of France. I think France scored 2 or 3 past them. But Spain are that annoying side that they're so good at keeping the ball. Rodri's dictated every game. You got Pedri, who was dropped last game. You got Fabian Ruiz, who scored in the last game. You've got Nico Williams, who now come on off the bench in the last game. They've got loads of options to hurt you. But I just look at this French side and, like, they're a problem.
Yeah.
Norway's chances that they had, France scored them. The one where Sorloth run through and he could square it to Haaland, you know that's a goal with France. So I think they're the team that you want them to lose against Spain and play Spain in the final.
We've seen all the big boys turn up for their countries. Lamine Yamal, what have you made of his performances this tournament?
I think he's done okay. He's not as probably good as he would have liked. You know, like he's that sort of player that would have wanted to be the standout player and the most goals, assists or whatever. But at times he's been frightening and the final finish hasn't probably been to the level that he normally shows. But he's so young. Yeah. You're going to see that from a young player. Why is he still 18 only? But I think Spain's best player has been Rodri. He's looked like the Rodri that got the Ballon d'Or. He's really controlled games and dictated play. But I think France, Kabasi and Laporta, even though they've kept a lot of clean sheets, I think that front line of France will cause them a lot of problems.
Yeah, and thinking about it, you would rather take on Spain just now, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Yamal 19 now, by the way.
He's 19.
Baby, isn't he? Fair play. So the World Cup semi-finals get underway tomorrow. France versus Spain, 8 p.m. kick-off live from Dallas. That's here for you on talkSPORT. And our coverage gets underway with Natalie Sawyer and the team from 7 o'clock here tomorrow. And then Wednesday on to the big one. England against Argentina. It's going to be a classic.
Can't wait.
That was
it's going to be a battle.
It will be.
A battle. Who wants it more? Because they're aggressive. Whenever I watched Argentina, Romero, Lisandro Martinez, Paredes, Rodrigo de Paul, they're all over you. Tackles. So we've got to stand up to their physicality.
We've got Bellingham and Kane.
Oh, we're fine.
I think
we're doing great.
I think you're all right.
We're doing great.
I really do. That was a roundup of all the latest action, all thanks to Burger King. Coming up, we'll be taking your calls on Jude Bellingham. Is he on track to become England's greatest ever player? And what makes him so special? 03717 223344 is the number to call.
The Breakfast Briefing on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Because Infantino, though, Simon, has said, yes, I got a call from Trump on Balogun.
Yeah.
They have allowed themselves to be boxed into a ridiculous corner, haven't they?
Well, it's one thing players cheating on a field, but when the people that are supposed to uphold the game ignore the integrity of their own positions, to damage the authenticity of what people might be watching, and challenge the legitimacy of it by allowing one set of group of people to have an advantage and not on others, you should start worrying about the existential threat that has to the game and start worrying about what's happening to the football and where it's going next and what will happen to it next.
Because if the Balogun situation did exist, and we never heard of a call going in from Trump to Infantino, the Kwanzaa 2-match ban
would be less controversial.
Would be much less controversial. It would almost come and go.
But again, we've got to distill it backwards, I think. If you sit there and you say, why is there no process available to rescind a red card? Why would there not be one? What is the logical thinking? Maybe FIFA can explain to us why it was necessary for the Trump regime to instigate some thinking into FIFA that should have been there in the first place. It shouldn't require Trump to be involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
It should have been a simple appeal from, and by the way, US Soccer would have been all over this. It wasn't just Trump that did it. It was US Soccer that probably prompted him to do it.
Yeah.
And they're sort of going in the background. It's not us, it's our commander-in-chief. No, Trump makes all the noise and carries all the cachet.
Yeah.
But there should have been a process.
There's no regularity to this, Simon. Ironically, if you get sent off for in the Premier League for serious foul play, it's a 3-match ban.
Yeah, but that's because you've got a 38-game season.
Yeah,
This is a limited window.
Right.
So people are always going to condense it down based upon the size of the tournament.
Right.
But even more so in a limited window tournament, you should want an appeal process to be able to rescind in the same way that it can award upwards.
Yes.
It makes no sense.
In 1994, FIFA looked at the United States and said, yes, this is the perfect place for a World Cup. To the average US sports fan, a 0-0 draw sounded less like a sporting event and more like a coding error. The greatest show on earth coming to town would soon change that. Because it was America, they didn't just host the World Cup, they supersized it. The opening ceremony was like a Super Bowl halftime show and saw Diana Ross miss a penalty from 6 yards out, wide of a goal designed to collapse as the ball hit the net. Despite the miss, the goal collapsed anyway. Classic Hollywood. When the matches started, something weird happened. Americans actually showed up. Sure, half the crowd were probably wondering when the quarterbacks were coming on, but the energy was infectious. The cultural mashup was glorious. International fans arrived expecting traditional football fare and found stadiums pumping out star-spangled scoff snacks. For the US, nothing said the beautiful game quite like a processed platter. And the heat. Games were played in blistering midday sun to please European TV audiences. Players were practically melting on the pitch, while fans in the stands were getting sunburns shaped like replica jerseys. Can you imagine the tan lines if England were there? Nightmare. On the pitch, we got pure theatre. Babetto's baby rocking celebration, Maradona's last international hurrah, and ultimately a final that ended in the most American way possible, a dramatic shootout, with Baggio launching his penalty straight into the California stratosphere. To this day, 1994 remains the most attended World Cup in history. The total for the 52 games, 3.5 million. That's an average of 68,000 per game. America didn't just survive the invasion of a foreign sport, it birthed Major League Soccer because of it. Beckham, Messi, they don't go if it wasn't for USA 94. Turns out all it took to hook the States on the world's game was a little bit of 90s magic and a whole lot of nacho cheese.
Very good morning to you. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne alongside former England striker Gabby Agbonlahor. We're here with Arnold Clark. Perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. Still to come for you between now and 10. British tennis sensation Arthur Ferry, who took Wimbledon by storm and becoming only the second wildcard to reach the semi-finals, will be with us here in the studio. Are you genuinely going to challenge him to a little tennis?
Paddle, yeah, I'll beat with paddle.
Paddle.
Different game.
You're convinced you're going to beat
100%.
a tennis semi-finalist?
It's not tennis, it's paddle tennis, different game.
I know, but similar.
I've got experience.
Same thing, innit?
I'm joking, no chance. Absolutely. I wouldn't get half a point, never mind a point. It'd smash me.
Okay.
No chance.
I'd love to see that, though.
I know.
Just bring you down a pack in your box, Gabby.
I think I'll definitely be in A&E. Stretching for shots that much, no chance.
We can only hope. I was joking. Gabby will be ranking the 4 teams left in the World Cup, by the way, very, very soon. And now it will be Argentina on Wednesday, standing in the way of England's first final since 1966. But getting to this point, it's all been thanks to this man.
Lucky in certain moments. I think lucky in the moment in the end of the first half where we had a crucial ball loss. We 1-0 down. This is what I mean. Like lucky to not be 2-0 down suddenly.
Whatever.
Morgan Rogers coming onto it. Right footing. Good try. Spilled by the goalkeeper. And England lead. It is Jude Bellingham again.
Whatever.
Bellingham. Yes.
He made life very, very difficult for us in the way we played, how we played.
Whatever.
Jude Bellingham on the double.
Whatever.
Maybe he doesn't know what it's like to play in those kind of conditions against Erling Haaland, Odegaard.
Created quite some problems for ourselves.
Whatever. So my thoughts and appreciation goes to the players who was out there who put in a great shift yet again. Whatever.
Oh, do you know what? If there's one man who can say whatever, it is Jude Bellingham.
Of course he can.
Unbelievable. 2 goals at the Azteca in the round of 16. Now 2 goals against Norway to put England into the semis. Bellingham is nothing but on fire. Was he ever not on fire? To be fair, don't forget Bellingham was one who scored the overhead kick goal against Slovakia at Euro 2024 to keep England in the competition as well. He scored 6 goals in this World Cup so far, the same as Kane, and just 2 goals behind the leaders Messi and Mbappe. Gabby, I mean, some people can see on the messages here that people are getting ahead of themselves with Jude Bellingham, but is he got to be one of the greatest England players to wear that shirt?
I think so.
I think so.
I think he deserves that because you'll judge that as well on like what have players done in major tournaments. And I just think my generation, when I look at what he's doing in major tournaments, I think like 54 caps he's got as well for his country at 23, 12 goals for his country, 9 at major tournaments, 6 goals, 1 assist at this tournament in 6 appearances, 2 goals off Messi. These are like, you call them strikers, Messi and Mbappe playing a lot further forward than Bellingham. It's been an incredible career and incredible tournament for him. No English player in history has scored more open play goals in a single World Cup than Jude Bellingham. I just think what he's doing as well, Shebahn, it's not just his goals, his work rate, his pressing, he's fighting for his country. He's that sort of character that says to himself, it's been too long. How many times have we been saying it? 60 years since we last won a major tournament. He looks like he's the guy that's saying to the rest of them, it's our time. It's our time to go and do this. And we've been playing like this. I've got every faith we can go all the way.
I mean, I've said this before. There's people who talk and there's people who do. Jude Bellingham does it all. You know, he can talk a good game. He plays a good game. His personality, his mentality.
Yes.
He's a generational talent, Jude Bellingham.
100%.
And he's got to be protected. And this whole fallout in the media between Tuchel saying I'm not happy with the performance and Jude Bellingham saying whatever. Either way, England are in this semi-final. We've been getting your thoughts on this chat this morning. 03717 223344 is the number. We've got Mike with us now. Good morning, Mike.
Morning,
how are you?
Mike.
Morning.
Morning. You sound cheery. Mike, what do you make about Bellingham? Is he one of the greatest ever?
I don't think he's one of the greatest ever. I think he is the greatest ever.
Yeah, fair play.
So what other English or English player has just
Mike,
and just pulled us through?
Yeah,
it's turning up, isn't it, Mike? In them moments when you're a goal down in the tournament, in like Norway game, goal down, and other players aren't really doing anything, I'll step up, I'll make something happen, I'll score a great goal, and that was a great goal, by the way. That's the characters we need.
I think he's. I heard a little stat, a little fact. He is the first player since Diego Maradona to score consecutive pieces in knockout games.
Incredible.
Incredible. And can I just make a special mention to Elliot Anderson as well?
Yes.
For his unbelievable touch.
Agreed.
Getting that ball down, running 20 yards and pass it to Bellingham.
Do you know what, though? It's not just that, mate. This was the first game of the tournament where he's really, really looked like a £100 million player. Some of the crossfield balls he was pinging. There was a few times there was an easy pass to Rice who wanted it, and he's like, nope, pings it across to Madueke. He starts off an attack. They're the players you want, not the easy pass. The pass that was needed.
Great call from you, Mike. Love your energy. James is a United fan with us this morning. Good morning, James.
Good morning, James.
Morning, Gabby. Morning, Shebahn. How are you?
Brilliant.
Oh, well, mate.
Very good. Are you as excited about Jude as we are?
Oh, 100%. Generational talent, inspiring all the kids, inspiring everyone in the nation, especially when there's so much division and so much things going on in this country. But I think ultimately, I speak a bit of Spanish, so, I've done some research in essence in terms of the analysis that Argentinians have actually been given their team, and it's all been positive. There's not been genuinely not one negative of anything.
They've been poor.
They've been showing some gratitude actually, and actually just saying, look, thank you for rescuing us. Thank you for not giving up and wearing a badge of pride. They've been poor. They've been absolutely.
They have. I agree, mate.
The Argentinians have, but their media, their whole country actually behind them, rather than trying to find the division, trying to find problems in the interview. Messi did say something in an interview actually, which they could easily have picked up on in terms of saying we've been shocking, we've not been great. And yeah, he has said it, but they didn't say, oh, Messi's turning against his team or calling out his players. They've just gone, he's right, he's a god, he's our saviour, we'll worship him. Rather than actually going down this route of, I don't know why in this country we do it every time. And that guy, and Shebahn, I heard you saying it's his job. It is his job. It's also his job to actually not give the players that sort of questions when he's just come off the field where, he nearly, I'm not saying he's going to die on the field, but, he's absolutely shattered. 110 minutes, absolutely shattered. And to give him that question is poor. It's poor from him. I don't care what anyone says.
What is so poor about that? Like, I can't understand what's so hurtful about saying the manager wasn't impressed by the performance. I don't understand what's so bad about that.
It's a poor question because he knows exactly what he's doing. He's there to try and create headlines, and that's his sole job, rather than actually going down the route of what the Argentinians, the Americans, every other media in terms of saying, Jude, well done, fantastic performance, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the manager said that, but the manager also called him out for trying to create a narrative about attitude or mentality thing they said, and the manager put him back in his place. So then he went for Jude. So it's almost as if, let me try first with the manager. It didn't work. Okay, let me go for the play and see if it works. And you could just see it. You could smell it. It's awful. We do it every time.
What I would say is that, like, that question, I was speaking like you earlier, but when we heard about that, it was the sixth question to be asked. Yeah. And I feel that, like, maybe after a game, like you said, 110 minutes, you're shattered, you just scored 2 great goals, you don't want to hear those questions. But then a reporter's okay to say, you know what, Jude Bellingham, fantastic, blah, 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 but the manager says that it wasn't the greatest of performances and you've got to do better as a team. And then Jude Bellingham can say, yeah, you know what, you're right, actually. It wasn't a great performance, but maybe he would have spoke differently, Bellingham, the next day, for instance, not after all that emotion of the hard, tough game.
James, thank you very much for your call this morning. We've got Dan, the Leeds fan, with us now. Good morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Jude Bellingham.
Morning, Shebahn. Gabby, all right?
Yeah.
You're right, mate.
Cool twin. Yeah, I've cooled to him recently from Euros. I didn't like him at all. I thought he was a cocky little, that's a thing. But my thing is Tuchel. No. From start, I said, don't agree with it. The FA have screwed us. We've got a German on the bench. And I just hope in the future I don't have to turn round to my grandkids and say, we won that World Cup with a German. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it. To turn round to a player after he's gave 150% on the night that it's not good enough, I'd say, well, do you know what? Deal with it. If you're going to be a manager for my country, sit on my bench, sing my national anthem. Other than that, I've no problems what he's done with that team.
Dan, but do you not look at what he said after the game and think it was honest? That, like, we wasn't great?
Yes, it's honest, but, I mean, Shebahn, come on. Seriously, right? Gareth Southgate is out of a job. He's taking Scotland job. Are you happy with that? What do you reckon? If he took that job, would you 100% be happy?
I wouldn't dislike it because he's English. I wouldn't. I don't think like that. It's all about a rivalry and banter. I don't not like people because of where they're from, or decide that they can't do anything for us. I think that's where we go wrong in this country, is because we decide that
the rivalry
is good.
Not there anymore,
I get it, but if a German wins you the World Cup, you're going to sit there and go, a German man's done this for us.
You can't think like that.
I think if you're still on that way of thinking, then maybe you're the problem.
Shebahn, I'm a veteran and that's how the way I look at it. I'm sorry I look at it like that.
No, it's fine. I mean, you're entitled to your view,
Yeah.
You're entitled to your view, I suppose everyone is. It's, everyone's history at the end of the day. But Dan, thank you very much for your call, all the same. Coming up, we go from an English star in Jude Bellingham to another English star in Arthur Ferry. He's with us next on talkSPORT, right here in the studio. Good morning.
We all expected, okay, we need to beat Croatia by 3 goals, we need to go and beat Ghana by 3, and then we should beat Panama by 5, we should beat Congo by 5. What's it like in the tournament? It's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. It's funny when I see, the betting, things, before the game, and I'm thinking this is not what we expect, on the pitch. I know that England are favorite against Norway, but when you look at Norway, they look really, really strong, as a unit, as a team. Of course, they have weakness, but England must be aware that if they don't get the position of the ball in this game, and this is where I agree with Troy Deeney, for example. I think with the player they have, England, they should be more confident with the ball. They should show more commitment with the ball, and composure as well. And this is where, something is missing.
Yeah. Well, we shall see if we can show that. I mean, if you look, on paper.
I'm just sorry to disturb you, Jeff, but for this game, England against Norway, I'm just wondering, if Norway get the ball, is it what England wants into this game? Waiting, sit back, trying to play in counter-attack, or try to get the ball, the position of the ball, and try to conduct and manage, this game. So this is, for me, one of the key of this game. Yeah. Are you going to react with the ball and without the ball?
I mean, it's interesting because Norway had a lot more possession of the ball against Brazil than most people had imagined they would do.
Although the tactics of Ancelotti, though, did he say leave them with it?
Yeah.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should go after them. I really do.
Yeah, pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Text from Ryan. He said, Bellingham's been very good, but I think Arsenal's Morgan Rogers should get a chance in the next game. Ryan, dream on.
130 million, please.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is going there.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Gabby can't speak French, but he can French kiss. I tell you that. Good morning to you. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor. Tennis fans, attention, or even just casual fans who get involved for Wimbledon. The story of Wimbledon, the fairy tale man who's with us now. British sensation Arthur Ferry shocked the world, becoming just the second ever wildcard to make a Wimbledon semi-final. He is with us now live in the studio. Good morning to you, Arthur.
Good morning, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in.
Amazing.
How's life, mate? How's it all going?
It's been good. It's been busy, that's for sure, past few days. But yeah, it's going to be nice to have a bit of time off and just relax, process everything.
I was going to ask you straight away, like, what have you learnt from your experience at Wimbledon? Because, like I spoke to you before we come on, I was watching the Dimitrov win. And honestly, mate, the tennis that you was playing is unbelievable. Everyone talking about it. Everyone that's English so proud of you. But what were your experiences and what have you learnt from your time at Wimbledon?
Yeah, it was the first time that I, caught the general public's eye, and I was playing in front of a lot of people. So, getting used to that was good. I had 2 weeks and six matches to kind of get used to it progressively. So, yeah, that was good, and going to use that experience to moving forward as well.
What was it like after every round you're getting past, and then you could hear people saying, "Am I sure we can get past that? Wild card. Am I sure we can beat him? I'm sure we beat him." Did you hear those people saying those things? And that spur you on a little bit?
Yeah, I was the outsider for most of those matches that I played. But yeah, I was just kept believing in myself. I knew that I could beat those players, and just brought that self-belief on.
Did you feel the pressure, Arthur? Because even here at talkSPORT, you know what we're like. We jump on it, right? And we jump on it hard. Did that outside noise filter through at any point?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, professional sportsmen, there's always some pressure associated to it. But no, just tried to keep the distractions out and just focus on myself. And obviously, as the rounds progressed, the stakes are higher, and there is pressure associated to it. But yeah, just trying to focus on the court and what I had to do on there.
One thing you've done fantastic apart from your tennis was the way you engaged the crowd. How good was that to have the crowd on your side and use them whenever you needed?
Yeah, unreal. Living here in London and playing at Wimbledon. Yeah, it was. I was buzzing. 15,000 people on centre court, all behind me, pushing me on. So that was awesome. When those matches are lasting 4 or 5 hours, wow. Starting to get tired, legs are going, but trying to get the crowd involved and getting their energy helped me.
You mentioned living in London, but your story growing up is quite incredible because you were born in France, raised there for a little bit of time, and then you went to uni out in America. You've kind of travelled, you've been everywhere at such a young age. It's amazing life experience you've got under your belt so far. Yeah,
been really, really grateful and privileged to have had all those experiences already. Obviously got French heritage, but my roots are now tied to London, and it's been a long time. But yeah, spent 3 years in America in college as well, so got that side of things and different culture over there for sure.
We're forgetting something as well. Shebah's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday for yesterday as well.
You're Cancerian like me.
Yeah.
That's why we got on.
Yeah. Fellow Cancer.
Yeah.
So you know what we're like here, because you've done so well now. We're all like, okay, what's next? I'm like, okay, it's US Open next. How excited are you for that to get to? I think it's in New York, is that right? To go and perform there.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's gonna be my first time playing that event. Never even played qualifying there, so looking forward to that. The tennis schedule is non-stop. It's got to be ready. Everyone's talking about Wimbledon right now, but next week will be the next tournament. So gonna have to move on and get ready for.
How'd you switch off? Do you play tennis? Or
sorry?
When you switch off?
When I switch off.
Because when we go on holiday, I might have a little go at tennis.
Yeah.
But is that against your switch
paddle
off?
maybe for me now.
Oh, there we go. This is my friend Gabby. Gabby, meet my friend Arthur.
No, I'm useless. So I'd annoy him. He'd get frustrated in me at paddle tennis. But I want to ask you, you have suffered from a few injuries, haven't you?
Yeah.
Your young career. How were they before the tournament, and how do you manage them now before the US Open starts in a month?
Yeah, last year was past 2 years were tough with injuries. I had this this problem in my arm for a while that I couldn't really find the solution to, but it's been a lot better for the past few months. I've changed some things and it's been great. And actually, yeah, Wimbledon, it was perfect. You know, a lot of tennis played and no real pain. So hopefully fingers crossed that stays good.
Good.
Your mum played tennis as well. Do you still ever have a go with your mum?
We don't so much. Yeah, we don't play so much together anymore. But yeah, she played a lot when she was when she was a pro herself. So definitely gave me some good advice when I grew up.
I bet. Lovely.
Also, are you ready for the media attention? Are you ready for the fame? Have you spoken to anyone, Emma Raducanu, because of what she went through, like when she obviously won that US Open? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to be. And, you know, it's not gone from 0 to 100 either, which is nice. Past few years have already been, I've gotten wildcards at Wimbledon, played Australian Open. So it's, I'm a little used to it. Now it's probably going to ramp up, but I'm ready for it. And yeah, as I said, just try and focus on the game as well when I can and not get too distracted by the rest.
What's it like, by the way, because I love watching Wimbledon for the celeb occasion as well. You know, seeing all those famous people in the crowd, the likes of Bex or Rory McIlroy and whatever, watching you and having those encounters. Is that changed kind of overnight in terms of people reaching out to you?
Yeah. A lot of messages, a lot of support. I was really nervous when I switched the TV on before my match against Dimitrov and Federer was in the royal box. So that was that added to the nerves. But yeah, meeting the royals and some celebrities, that was very cool.
And then I think people might not know this, but not only are you an outstanding tennis player, but you've got a degree in science, technology and society.
So
talk us through that.
Yeah, I haven't quite graduated yet, but I'm well on the way. 3 out of 4 years done. I can go back and finish it whenever I can. Back in California. So yeah, I wanted to go to a good school in America, you know, to have good academics and have a backup plan in case tennis didn't work out.
So it was the Stanford that you went? Stanford Uni.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stanford University.
He's got it all, hasn't he?
You can play tennis, you're smart and you're good looking. Your taxi's outside. Jeez, Arthur, you're something else.
And also, I've been getting I've seen a bit on social media about these thighs. Have you heard about the thigh? That everyone's obsessed with your thighs.
Oh, my thighs, yeah.
Yeah, good thighs.
Your thighs?
I got called Quadzilla the other day.
Always important. Always important.
You're going to have to prove it.
I'll take it.
Arthur, it's good to have you with us. I'm so sorry, that's so inappropriate. HR. Look after yourself. Good luck with what's happening as well. Okay.
Yes, thank you, mate.
Brilliant to have Arthur Ferry live with us here in the studio for more reaction to the Wimbledon's finals. You can listen to Off Court with Greg Rodesky. talkSPORT's tennis podcast is available for you now. It's the tennis show with the big guests and even bigger opinions. Out now wherever you get your podcasts. Arthur, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention back to the World Cup semi-finals as Gabby ranks the 4 teams left in it. Morning.
Are France that good, or have they been tested yet?
I think probably a little bit of both. I think they are that good. I think they are, because they showed second half what they can do in tight spaces and everything. But I think there needs to be a moment where they will inevitably come up, probably against Spain, hopefully against England, where with their teams, that more danger lies ahead. But they kind of, I think it was quite simple for France.
Mate, they're coasting to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, they're a good side though. They're a good side. They've got the best player in the world.
Do you know what I like about France? And it's a bit of a throwback. The forwards, when they get the ball, you see a lot of players, number 10s or midfielders, they'll get it and they'll pass it out wide and they'll come back and they'll go out the other side, and then you might try and get to the byline. When France win the ball, they stick it into the front three or front four, and they run at you, like through the middle of the park. You know, and they just drive with the ball, a bit like what Gaza used to do. And then the game just opens up, and you're looking at it going, as a defender, I'm watching the Moroccans, they're going, how do you defend that? Well, you've got 3 people running off the ball, and then you've got the player with the ball running at you, straight at you. You know, the second goal they score is just like them just going, well, I'm just going to run through you.
Well, it was 2-0.
Hard to defend again.
It could have been 4 if Mbappe scores that. JP had a chance at the end there, and brilliant, gets on his left foot and then scuffs his shot. And in the end, it was comfortable for France. They really didn't break a sweat. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do at all. There might have been a couple of crosses. I don't remember it, but...
What happened in Belo Horizonte in 2014 is the stuff of legend. The Brazilians slapped 7-1 in their own country in a World Cup semi-final. But something else historic happened that day. Going into the last 4 match, Miroslav Klose was tied with R9 for the most World Cup goals scored. The record was 15, and Klose had matched that in the groups. With this being his last World Cup, he was running out of time. The 36-year-old had started a majority of Germany's games, but it wasn't quite clicking. Come the semi-final, he was determined to get the job done and in front of the Brazilian fans. And this was the moment. 23 minutes in. Thomas Muller peeled in from the left, laid it off, and after Klose's first shot was saved, the follow-up was fired in. And just look what it meant. The record was his. 16 goals across 4 tournaments, and the phenomenon that was Ronaldo Nazario de Lima was bumped into second place. All of Klose's doubters silenced. Germany scored another 5 goals. The home fans were in tears, and it became perhaps the most famous scoreline in World Cup history. In amongst all that, Klose's record-breaking moment often goes forgotten. But when you think of the players below him on the list, individual achievements don't get much better.
What a nice guy, by the way.
Arthur, big fan.
Good fives.
You're a pure stalker, by the way. You were like that. See when you hit that shot, and see when you hit this shot.
From a man with good fives to another man with good fives.
Gabby.
It's important to have good fives. They're really important, Shebahn.
You keep saying fives, by the way.
Fives?
Fives. Give me a T and a H.
Oh, is it a T? Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was spelled with an F. Give me a break.
Were you known for your thighs in the past?
Aye.
Were you?
Absolutely.
I've got pure thunder thighs these days.
Shorts on holiday. Get the thighs out. You know what I mean?
Why is it men don't get cellulite? Because you know, like cellulite thighs. Like, I've got a lot of cellulite now. But why is it men don't get cellulite?
Don't they?
Serious question.
Do they not?
I don't think so. You've not got any.
No, I haven't actually, no.
And you've got big thighs?
Absolutely. I train thighs so much in the gym. Yeah, all the time. Got a membership.
Maybe I should hit the gym.
No, he was fantastic though, wasn't he? And I'm so excited to see what the future holds for him. Yeah. But we're already looking forward now to US Open more. I think it's 26th of August it starts, or 23rd.
Well, look at him at Raducanu, US Open.
Yeah. What can he go to? Why not?
Especially now there's momentum kind of on his side.
Yeah.
You know, Zverev was such a tough opponent for us.
Very tough.
Big old unit as well.
Exactly.
And Arthur actually, for me, deceivingly walking in there, I thought, oh, he's shorter than what I thought he was on the telly. But powerful all the same, you know.
Andre Agassi, like in Hewitt back in the day, weren't tall.
Absolutely. No, he was brilliant. Good luck, Arthur Ferry. It was good to have him in here in the studio today. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne, the man with the good thighs, Gabby Agbonlahor chicken thighs, with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out the website online for more details. We're celebrating England's win here at talkSPORT Towers, and to make things even better, we have £26,000 up for grabs. 26 grand, it could be yours. It's completely tax-free as well. Treat yourself to a holiday, pay off a debt, pay off the mortgage, whatever you need to do with that money, it's yours to spend. £26,000. Here's how you can get involved. Head to talksportwin.com now. Talksportwin.com. 26k could be yours. Yes, the World Cup semi-final lineup is complete, but how does Gabby rank the 4 remaining nations' chances of lifting football's most prestigious trophy? Let's find out as we do a bit of this.
I get in my cab and I ride to our talkSPORT Towers. My head full of footballing opinions. Sometimes I hear opinions I don't like on that station.
You don't have to sell this to me. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
It bothers me. I want to get across what I think, how I would rank things if they were lined up in my cab rank. You talking to me? You talking to me? If you are, the number's 037 17 22 3344. I missed that. What was that? I switched off for that part.
That was you.
Don't want to hear it.
Talking garbage.
Horrendous.
But you still do it though. I like how you don't say no.
I can't help myself. No, I don't anymore. No. It's all old stuff. I can tell the voice has changed. I don't do any of that no more. There's no more Gab. Can you come in? We call this for 10. No. No.
Get over yourself.
No.
We're bringing back the Gab rank. It's Gabby's job to give us his 4 down to 1 on the sides most likely to reign victorious in New Jersey this coming Sunday. Gabby, go for it then.
Well, number 4 has to be Argentina, because obviously we're going to beat them. We've got to be confident to beat them. But when I watched Argentina during this World Cup, listen, Lionel Messi has been outstanding. Julian Alvarez finally turned up to the World Cup with a screamer of a goal to make it 2-1 against Switzerland. But I look at their fullbacks, Tagliafico and Molina and Montiel, and when he comes on as well, and I think we can get at them. I really can. Saka starts. If it's Rashford who comes in for Gordon, who wasn't great, I think we've got to use that as our advantage. Their lack of wingers as well. I know it's the Argentinian way, but so many centre midfielders in the team is good to keep the ball. But I think we can use the likes of Bellingham, Rice, Anderson to really get after them. I'm really confident. I think we'll have too much for Argentina. If it is extra time, so be it. So I'm going to put Argentina in 4th place to retain their title.
Have you really thought about the occasion yet, Gabby? You know,
yeah, of course.
That's.
Oh yeah, that's gonna even it up. The occasion, they're fighting to hold on to their World Cup. They've got Messi, the best player to ever kick a ball. But I just look at the air-conditioned stadium's going to help us with the weather base. But I look at our mentality as well. We've not been great this World Cup, but we've got over the line. We've fought. Mexico, 10 men, battled to get through it against Norway. Got a bit lucky at times, but didn't feel sorry for themselves, dug in. And when you've got Jude Bellingham on your side and Harry Kane, who have had great World Cups with 6 goals, I think there's no reason why we shouldn't be confident we can get over the line.
Okay, so you've got Argentina at number 4.
Yes.
3.
Number 3, I've gone with Spain. I think they lose to France. They haven't had their greatest tournament. Lamine Yamal has been sharp. They've missed Nico Williams, has been nursing injury. Defensively, yes, they've been good. I think they conceded 1 goal, is it, in their last game. Kabasi and Laporte have had a good World Cup, but they've not faced Elise, Mbappe, Doué, Barcola. I've run out of other players, Dembele. They've just got so much talent going forward, France. It's going to be hard to stop. Kabasi is a young defender at Barcelona. Laporte is playing in Saudi Arabia as well. I think in this game, even though they've got Rodri, Spain, and they will keep the ball very well, I just look at this France team being too strong, and they look like they've got that mentality as well. We lost the World Cup on penalties 2022. It's our time. Give us Argentina in the final, please. whoever it is, we're going to win.
Which makes me think then, from what you've said about France, you'll have England in at number 2.
Yeah, I've got England in at number 2 because I do believe hard-fought game we can beat Argentina, but the way we have performed in this World Cup can get you to a certain point. If we're at it and everyone performs, which we've not had in a single game where the whole team has performed together, we play like we have been, and the mistakes that we're making and the poor defending from set pieces, we're going to get punished. I look at the chance to make it 2-0. Sorloth runs through and he's got to square it to Haaland. If that's Dembele, he's squaring it for Mbappe and he's 2-0 down and he's probably game over. I think it's going to be very difficult, even with Kane, even with Bellingham, a half-fit Saka, our midfielders, Anderson and Declan Rice, top draw. I think it'll be very difficult to get over that Argentina game, what it will take out of you as well.
Yeah.
They get a day rest on us as well, Spain or France. I think it's very difficult to beat France in the final.
Oh, which is tough, isn't it? I mean, but then again, it's a final, and
you never know.
possible. And
you never know, and I get all my predictions wrong. That's good news.
Yeah.
So number 1 has to be France. I think they have been the team of the tournament. There's been no negatives from them. Defensively strong. If you try a low block, they'll get through you. If you try and press them high on the counter attack, I've not seen a team like it. I mean, Mbappe. Dear Lord Almighty, what performances he's been putting in. Elise's been probably the star of the tournament. I look at Duane Barcola, can play. One can start, one can come on, and you don't really see a difference. I think Dembele's been sharp. Midfield, they've got so many options. Defensively strong. I just think this France team could go down as one of the greatest World Cup sides ever. Yeah. And I think it's a hell of a team to stop at this World Cup, but upcoming Euros and World Cups as well.
Is now the time though, Gabby? Even if it is France in a final,
well,
England, it has to be now, right?
Yeah, it has to be now. And Thomas Tuchel will be thinking, I'm not looking at this final. If we do get to the final, it's France and it's okay. No, he's going to be confident and find out a way of stopping France. But all I'm saying is, France are the only team in this tournament that have dominated every game, and they've looked like a team that you can't stop, Shebahn. They really do.
Okay, that's Gabby ranking the teams still left in the World Cup.
Probably be the opposite way around, won't it? Argentina win a World Cup, probably.
Well, they are the kind of nobody to fear there. By the way, the latest episode of How to Win the World Cup is now live and available to watch on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, or you can listen to your favourite podcast provider if you'd rather do that. It's free, by the way, on the talkSPORT app. Matt Ford alongside 98 World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit and also comedian Alex Brooker to unpack England's win over Norway and look ahead to the semi-finals this week. It's a really good listen. Matt Ford asks how much England should fear holders Argentina ahead of their semi on Wednesday.
That's sounding like a div. Are Argentina actually that good?
I hasn't been impressed by Argentina, but still, they won games. And even when they concede the first goal, they show great character and they come back. The game against Egypt was the perfect, example of it. You have the feeling sometimes that they are not there anymore on the pitch. And all of a sudden, they just come back like that. Just like England, for example, sometimes. What Bellingham did before the halftime, I had the feeling that they're going to go back, into the dressing room, conceded the first goal. But just like that, just like Messi, with Argentina. He missed a penalty against Egypt, and a couple of minutes afterwards, he scored a goal, he gave an assist. You never know what to expect with that kind of players on the pitch. That's why I think it's very difficult to predict what will happen, during that game.
Yeah, you can't call this one, can you, Gabs? That's a tough one to call.
It's so tough because we're probably the better side player for player, but Argentina showed fight. Egypt, the counter-attack goal from Egypt was disallowed, and they just find a way. Against Switzerland, I'm watching the game, I'm like, Argentina, you're not great. What happens? Yeah. Alvarez, welcome to the tournament. Touch, whips it into the top corner. They've got game changers. Lautaro Martinez have been coming off the bench, and then he's scoring. You can never rule out Messi in any game. Romero's looked good this World Cup at times as well, aggressive. So it's going to be a hell of a battle, Shebahn. I really think extra time. So strap in Wednesday evening. It'll be a late one, I feel.
It will be. By the way, the build-up starts 7 o'clock here with our top team in Atlanta. Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot, all the gang. Best. Yeah, they have been phenomenal, and this is, listen, they're living for this moment as well, aren't they? This lot, they cannot wait. England, Argentina, live for you, talkSPORT, 8 p.m. kickoff here on talkSPORT. If you're on shift, if you're in the taxi, if you're out working, if you're in the house, stick us on here on talkSPORT for the best coverage of this semi-final for England. Coming up next, we ask Gabby if he would ever visit Jurassic Park if it became a reality. Wait, you're telling me dinosaurs aren't real?
They get into this weird situation where they forget what happened before. So all the big games, they played Havertz, right? Gyökeres, who you bought in at the start of the season, was going to be, for all the big games. In all the big games, he was on the bench. Yeah. Facts. That's what happened. So the manager doesn't trust him. That's not our opinion. That's just objectively looking at it. Havertz gets injured quite a lot, unfortunately. Gabby Jesus is not the same since he's come back from his injury. So if you're now telling me that you can get through this season again and everybody else is going to be as poor as they were last year, I think you're just forgetting the fact that you lot were all losing your marbles around the Man City loss. And it was, we need a proper striker. Arteta don't know what he's doing again. You win the league, it's great, we're going to win it.
But you know, what I've always said to, I've always said to you, I always said to him, though, Gyökeres wasn't bought in for the big games, did I? I said that to you. We bought Gyökeres in for the game.
No, I get
listen,
explain.
I want to hear
the year before, Arsenal, it weren't the record against Man City's, the Liverpool, it weren't that cost us the league. It was we couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat West Ham, couldn't beat them lesser clubs. Gyökeres coming. I mean, he said it. Right, it's one of them. Gyökeres this season, though. Gyökeres this season scored against the Fulhams, the West Ham, so we didn't have a problem getting past those teams, which is why then we went on to win the league.
Okay, I think you won the league because you played very pragmatic football. I'm not actually allowed to say the type of football that people are calling it on air, but you played a certain type of football.
Would you play that type of football to win the league?
No.
What?
What are you talking? Of course you would.
Honestly.
If I was a footballer.
No, it's just like...
my team.
Yeah.
No, I'll be happy like you lot. I'll be exactly... You get me? I'll be happy. Of course I will.
But would you like to see Spurs play that way to win?
Brendan Johnson scored with like his knee or something and we won the trophy. I'm happy. I don't care, bro. However it gets done, I'm happy. I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, you can't like gloat about it and say, we don't need a 9. That's crazy. You do need a 9, respectfully. What are you talking about, bro? If you sold Osimhen and Havertz right now, you could... Osimhen. If you bought Osimhen and sold Gyökeres and Havertz right now, you'd be great. You'd be fine. You could buy Barcola. Barcola and Osimhen changes their team, bro. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, you're a liar. That's a lie. You're a liar. That is a lie.
I'm happy with
that. Is a
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Iconic music, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is. Good morning. You're listening to World Cup Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn, Aherne and Gabby, Agbonlahor. Yes, the Jurassic Park music. Very sadly, Sam Neill, the star of Jurassic Park and Peaky Blinders, has passed away at the age of 78. Sad news, isn't it?
Yes, terrible news.
Very, very sad. But it's got everybody reminiscing about...
I used to love it back as a kid, the best films. Oh, the best films. They're the old ones, like back in the day when you were a child watching Jurassic Park.
Terrifying, wasn't it?
As a treat. That was your treat to be able to watch a film on maybe one day a week. A lot of these kids now, studies, football, maybe on a Saturday you can watch a film.
And they're watching YouTube content now. They're not watching
proper films.
belters.
Yeah, you're young and you're like thinking it's real.
Be honest with me.
Yeah.
Were you scared?
Of course I was.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
100%. That's what's so good about those films, and they're driving away and the dinosaurs are chasing them. Great films, Shebahn.
That scene with the T-Rex in the kitchen. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, just terrible.
That still brings it back, man.
Yep.
I jumped out my skin. In other words, my pants.
Oh, okay. Happens to the best of us. No, but those olden films, though, back in the day, they were the ones. Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Used to repeat them so much.
Yeah.
Now, not the best films available now.
Right, great
What's
question.
funny,
Shebahn? Great question. Ollie's just put in the script. How many dinosaurs can you name outside of a T-Rex? Because my son would smash you to bits.
For God's sake, Ollie, you're not funny, mate.
Go on.
What do you mean?
Give me another dinosaur other than a T-Rex.
Tell I want to know dinosaur names.
You have to know another dinosaur. Triceratops.
Triceratops?
I've just told you it.
Not thesaurus, that's it.
Thesaurus.
T-Rex.
And another one.
I don't know, Shebahn.
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. I don't know.
Mosasaurus.
I weren't around when they were named. Yeah, I weren't there.
If you've seen the...
Okay, I know one.
What?
I know.
If you say Tyrannosaurus,
no. I know
phone
two.
you a taxi.
I know two.
Go on.
Alan Brazil and Jeff Stelling. Are those right? Are those right? Tick. Yeah, got them right. See? Easy. Light work. Sorry, Jeff, if you're listening.
Guys, he said it. He said it, not me.
Touchy subject, isn't it, when you say it, Shebahn? Shebahn says it. Oh, it's absolute chaos.
I love
HR meetings. Shebahn.
Moving on. Moving on. No, by the way, dinosaurs are great.
I'd love to be called
I love a wee dinosaur.
Absolutely. Want to have me one day.
Max, can you name any more dinosaurs?
No, but you've salvaged yourself there because you started off by saying thesaurus, and then you saved yourself with that jab against Jeffrey.
I know. I can see Thursday morning. Gabby, I was listening, and you said that I was a dinosaur.
Ed, clip that up. Ollie, play that.
Of course they will.
Wait till it's
Jeff,
6
I'm
in the
joking.
morning. Make it a long 4 hours for our Gabs. Yes, from Jurassic Park to the World Cup. It's all about England, Argentina, live for you on talkSPORT Wednesday at 8 p.m. Everyone knows how big a game it is. Even Lionel Messi said following the Switzerland win, facing England will be special. It's my first time playing against England. I've played against just about everyone except for them. They're a great team, a football powerhouse. It's always exciting to face opponents like that. Nice respect from Messi to England. How come? Max Scott, back with us in the studio. They've never played England.
Well, look, over 15 years and 35 matches against English opposition, Messi scored 27 times. So naturally there's a fear amongst England fans about the threat he poses. But as you say, he's never played them against the England national team. There are two reasons for this. The first is when England last played Argentina in a friendly in 2005, Messi was suspended because 3 months earlier he was sent off just 47 seconds into his international debut. In that game against Hungary, he came off the bench, went on one of those trademark mazy, Maradona-esque runs, a signpost for the future. But when trying to escape the clutches of an angry Hungary defender, he kind of lashed out. The referee sent him off, I think harshly. But that meant he played no part in the friendly 3 months after when England won 3-2. There's also another reason, though. Especially since winning the World Cup, Argentina have become one of the most commercially viable national football teams in the world. They generate £60 million a year in sponsorship alone. And with everyone wanting Messi and the world champions to come to town, they charge between 3 and 4 million quid to play them. And because they're on the other side of the world, logistically and commercially, the FA have basically decided, well, we're not forking out for that. Let's wait for the big occasion, World Cup semi-final. Here we come.
I mean, it's worth a wait, Gabby, for a semi-final.
I can't wait for it. How do you think, Max, we go about this game? Because watching Egypt when they played against him, they were kicking him.
Mm-hmm.
There was no respect of like your Messi. Do you think we have like an option to say, Anderson, you stay around Messi? Obviously, not going to man mark him, but if you do stop Messi, you do stop Argentina.
I agree. And on Anderson, I've watched him probably more than anyone in this building for the last 2 years. He's won more duels than any midfielder in Europe. I'd stick him right on Messi. And the thing about, we rightly praise Argentina for what they are and what they've done, and Messi, but they're just like England. They're a team of moments with a lot of vulnerabilities. They've not got legs in midfield. We do. Absolutely. Yes, we've got our weaknesses defensively, but let me tell you, so have they. Let's get at them, get Jude and Harry Kane in the goals, and we'll be sorted.
Absolutely.
Mate.
Can't wait for it, actually, Wednesday night. Max Scott, thank you very much. England against Argentina. We're going to be building up to it, of course, all week here on talkSPORT Breakfast. Have you got any more stats, Jude Bellingham-wise?
No, I've done so many. I want to say something for the rest of the week.
Okay, there's going to be lots of them. Absolute superstar. It's been the Jude Bellingham Show this morning. Don't forget, tomorrow, Emmanuel Petit will be live here in the studio on the World Cup Breakfast Show ahead of France against Spain. That's live on talkSPORT tomorrow night for you. Build up from 7, kicking off at 8 o'clock. We've got another sensational show lined up for you tomorrow. Set your alarms for 6 o'clock. You're going to go home and watch Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I might actually.
Great.
Why not?
Great throwback.
Yeah,
even all the new ones as well.
Yeah, I used to love those old films. Indiana Jones. I was brought up on Shebahn.
You can look through your thesaurus at the same time.
They're so great.
That dinosaur thesaurus.
I used to know 2. I said more than you.
No, you didn't.
You said 1. T-Rex and who else?
I said a Triceratops, a Stegosaurus, a Mosasaurus, a Distosaurus Rex. I know them all because my son's
Which is the
obsessed.
scariest one in the
Distosaurus Rex.
Is that the biggest one as well?
He's the new one. He's
is that the
nuts.
biggest one?
He's got 4 arms at the top. He's got 4 little T-Rex arms.
Okay.
This is the new movie.
We'll continue this conversation on Thursday morning.
Oh, honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait. You're listening to talkSPORT. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. Coming up next, Hawksby and Jacobs. Have a great day. Bye.
Whatever. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better.
Let's go to Ben. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Ben?
Benny boy.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Ben. We've got to do this quarter-final 11. Let's get it going. Come on.
All right. I've got the Spanish flamenco dance on the wing. Like around defence. Their foot tapping or dazzle their defence and send them sideways.
Yeah, the old flamenco dance.
And
Dance
There's
with
a little maverick on the wing. Little maverick on the wing.
Like a flamenco dance.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Is it flamenco or is it what is it? Flamenco.
Madame won't wait for you.
It's a flamenco.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know you're iconic now, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually iconic.
Ben appears every single night at the sports bar.
Every night.
Doesn't he?
Without foul.
Yeah. Yeah. Been over a year.
It's been a year.